Testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the PQB Podcast. My name is Baller B.
My name's Pika. P.
I'm Quackus. The Q.
The Q
Today
also stands
we
for quiet.
Today we have a special guest, legendary streamer, community member. Go to their
The GOAT!
The all-around
We have-
goat.
Also go to their GoFundMe. Hopefully, you can put it in the description for their I think it's a cat, I believe, who had to get surgery for their tail. I'm not 100% sure. Again, this is off the
Go
top.
help Taz. Go help Taz.
Off the top.
Anyways, it's
Obviously,
Doc. Welcome to
longtime member-
the PQB, Beth. How you doing?
Yo, what up? I'm
What's
doing
good?
alright.
Obviously, this is mainly an interview show. But then,
I'd say I'm the D, but like we're already on demonetization already.
Fair
I'm
enough.
so
That's
sorry.
crazy, bro. One
But
minute
also-
in.
I'm not entirely sure if I can see anything on the screen here, or however.
Oh, I'm
Pika
not
is
showing
recording.
anything. No, this is
But-
just.
No,
One night
I'm not-
only. Share this.
Why
Oh
you
my god, bro.
no way.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
Stop
but-
talking.
How much time do you have?
Hey.
That's
That's kind of fine.
I'm gonna say, Doc, you're obviously
give it
a
up.
legend, and I respect you as a person. But the only reason we're not putting you on the podcast is because we don't want another podcast to be canceled after 4 episodes. That's all I'm gonna say. We don't want to end.
Damn.
Oh my god. So not only was it, what was your podcast in AFM? It was, oh shit.
It wasn't mine. It was Shirobi's. It was Lost in the Sauce.
Yeah, it was
don't
Lost in the
remember that one.
Sauce. Then there was the old heads did one where you
What? The Bowler
Killer,
Podcast?
and somebody else. Yeah,
It was
Bowler
Monty?
Podcast. Oh, there was
Oh.
the 2 T's. There was 2 T's at the old man and the 2
It was-
T's.
I think it was Old Man and the T, and I wasn't on that one.
Yeah,
That was
it
the one
was.
that T-Son was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that
And
wasn't
then-
an actual podcast, I don't think.
I
I think
didn't
there
even
was
remember.
one more.
No, Bowler did a podcast. Remember?
He did
Bowler
one
did a podcast?
episode.
It was like 3 episodes. I'm pretty sure.
There was 2 episodes, but yeah.
But still,
Well, maybe
okay,
one of
fair
them
enough.
got taken down. I don't know. I
I
can't
wasn't on
remember.
that one either.
You
Oh,
were on
okay,
that
fair
one.
enough.
No, I think I remember you there.
You're on one episode at least. I remember there's the GIF of you on
No,
the
I'm
screen.
pretty-
Remember with the fucking. Remember the one that was like fucking doc. Was like,
No,
You
that's
got-
that's from the documentary.
No, because
No,
what happens is they
that
lose
was-
the
not-
GIF.
That wasn't a documentary. That was I think that was PR 2022 reveal. The stream.
Mm.
That's outrageous.
Perchance.
No, wait, no. All I'm saying is, I love when Pika's sarcastic, because like I can imagine the shit-eating grin on his face when he's being sarcastic. Perhaps, milady. And he's like putting his like finger next to his lips, like he's doing some Curio,
It's
like
fucking Dr. Evil, bro. Just like
$1 million.
$1 million. Can I get
Bro,
some
how did you get the
chocolate?
picture down to a T?
Absolutely. Like
That's
I can
literally
imagine.
what I'm doing right
I
now.
can imagine Pika on one hand eating like a fudge pop, and then the
I
other
don't
hand
have fudge
he's like,
pops.
No, that's mini me, bro.
No, you eat chicken sandwiches. Come on now.
I don't have fudge pops.
Not like Quackus' chicken sandwiches. He also does like some modeling. I think that's why he has like so many photos of himself. I don't know why you're like he's like
What?
12 years old.
Bro, what?
Don't you do modeling? Don't you like
I got
You, like-
no idea where this is going.
no Quackus? Don't you like do like birthday parties or something like that? Something crazy like that's why you do so many
What?
posters and shit. Like you're like that
Quackus,
person-
aren't you like in the running for vice president this year?
Actually, you're right, bro. You got me. You caught me red. You caught me red-handed. on
Quackus,
this.
do you not know that Quackus saved 10 orphans from a burning building?
Quackus was actually the guy who got Nixon caught for
10?
Watergate.
Not 11.
Bro, I saved everybody from 9/11. Here's how.
Okay.
Actually,
No,
this is- this is-
Stop.
bro, melting steel beams.
Stop.
Okay, we're done.
Stop.
We haven't even started the actual episode, and we're already.
We're already demonetized. We are 4 minutes in, bro.
All right, let's start. Let's start off. Doc, I gotta ask you, bro. How did you get to the community? I've asked you this so many times, but like,
Yeah.
it's always a good story.
Start over.
Yeah,
All
this is
right,
the beginning,
how
right?
did
We're
you get
starting
in?
from the beginning, essentially, like computer lab type shit. We're talking about literally.
How did
like,
you get into the community is basically what we're
like
asking
just in
right
the
here.
game even first, and then the community, essentially.
Okay. It was a rainy Tuesday.
Fire.
Okay. We're not going that far back. Okay, we're not going that far back. But
January 9th, 2:03 p.m. 1987. It was the hospital in Michigan, Flint, Michigan.
On the day that my father was born.
87. I'm not that old.
I don't know, bro. You seem like the oldest member in the community by far.
Quackus, stop talking. You're born yesterday.
Yeah,
And I'm still younger than him.
Yo, Discord TOS.
Yo, my guy Nolanator in the podcast right now.
There was a classmate of mine. I believe this was either in the 5th or 7th grade. I didn't take 6th grade, so it was either 5th or 7th. And they had shown me the original Super Smash Flash.
Okay.
Like nobody knew what Super Smash Flash 2 was. It was still in like early development. We're talking like 0.3, 0.4.
Okay.
But we played the shit out of Smash Flash 1. And it wasn't until I moved to cities, and this was like Thanksgiving 2012 when I moved and I transferred into a new school, which I did a lot in my childhood, but like we don't talk about that.
Right.
When another colleague of mine showed me that there was a sequel called Super Smash Flash 2, and I was already a pretty established Smash Bros. Player at this point. Not like known, but like I was top 1 in the school in like 64 and Brawl, not Melee.
Out of how many?
5 years.
Hold up, Doc, let me interrupt for a second. Who is it that joked about how like easy college terms? Was it Solus? Who joked about like farming their like college and Melee?
Yeah, it was
college?
Solus. He was talking about how he was really bored of farming his college.
It was crazy.
Down there and he was wanted to just go to UMD.
That's all I'm gonna say. Doc, continue your story.
So I was the middle school champion, and by the time I moved to high school, I had completely dropped the game.
Okay.
At least in an offline capacity, I wouldn't come back until late 2013, and that's when I hopped onto the online community. That was with the McLeod Gaming forums at the time. This was like pre-Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to gauge how old this is?
Wait,
Oh my
hold on,
god,
hold
there
on.
was a Skype community.
Before
I
Discord.
forgot.
This is before Discord, before
Obviously.
IRC, before Slack, before Skype.
Wait, well, hold on. What is Slack? I don't remember that.
Yo, Doc, before Gilded?
So before Discord, we had the McLeod Gaming Slack. It was not called McLeod Gaming Slack, I believe. I believe it was called. No, I think it was. It was the McLeod Gaming Slack. It was officially sanctioned. I believe T-Sun set that up as well. Don't quote me on that. But a whole bunch of the MG guys were there, and it was a lot of the community members. That was the Discord before Discord. The IRC was still there. See, second. So
Yeah.
Slack was basically a private community at this point. It always has been. You had to go through a registration process, and you had to get invited, but the IRC was still there until Discord rolled around. And since Discord was a public platform, that basically killed both the Slack and the IRC in one go.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the Slack was where most of the early memories were made.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the Slack was the place where the original TOers union was formed, right? Which was the precursor to what you would call SSF2 Alliance today.
Hold up. Do you want to name the people who were T-Young at the time, or you think that's too private?
I can't remember exactly who was there. I believe it was.
I think it was like USS. Some other people.
It was me. It was Jammy was one of them.
Yeah.
Who else were big TOs then?
I remember seeing.
Mac.
Sorry to cut you off. I remember seeing some Corvid tournaments in the old ones.
And then there were a couple of old names that aren't around anymore. But the whole reason the TOers union was even formed at the time was to handle the 528 leaks.
Oh,
Like
trying to remember.
if you ever
Yeah,
hear me
beta.
talk about 528,
that was the day.
it was
What
March
day?
28th. March 28th, 2016.
Wouldn't that have
was
been
when
May? If it's 528?
Yeah, you're right. It was May. I'm so sorry. It was May. I believe it was Memorial Day as well.
I'm trying to remember what the 520 leaks were because I was. This was a few months before I got in the community. I got in the community at the end of the year, so this was right before I got here. So I'm trying to remember what it was.
The 528 leaks were the beta leaks of Pit and Pac-Man.
Oh
So
yeah, I remember those.
Beta wasn't out yet, but
I
they
remember-
leaked Pit and Pac-Man.
I remember
And
McLeod like mentioned it on Facebook or something like that. I remember it was crazy.
Yeah, and people remember that, but what people don't remember. I'm sorry if I'm stuttering. It's a part of my character.
Understandable.
Is an entire balancer build of Super Smash Bros. Crusade was leaked on the same day.
What?
Really?
People remember Pit and Pac-Man. They don't remember the Crusade build.
Wasn't this 9.3 or 9.1? No, it was 9. It was 9.2 or 9.1.
It was 9.0. It was 0.9.0.
Yeah.
9.0 had not dropped yet at the time. We were still on 0.8.4 in Crusade World.
Oh my god, bro. I fucking remember. This was when ZSS was in the game and they had the really crudely drawn pictures for all the characters.
Correct.
Oh my god. Those were great times, though. Regardless, those were pretty funny times.
The only thing I ever remember.
Restarts, by the way.
Yeah, they had some funny sprites. The one I remember ever had for Crusade was I was at a daycare, and admittedly this time I think I was like a teen at this point, so I hated kids. I still hate kids, but that's not the point. The thing is, I was at a daycare, right? And my mom owned it, so like sometimes I was kind of obligatory. I kind of obliged to be there because my mom didn't want me to be around myself in the house, me and my siblings, stuff like that. So she's like, okay, let's go to the daycare and just eat shit food because it's kids, they don't know the difference, right? And so what happens is I got so tired of being around children because they make me want to bleed out of my mouth and make me angry. Me and my brother locked ourselves in a closet, like self-locked ourselves in a closet and just played Crusade for like 3 hours. That's like the only memory I have about that game, like that. And also like I tried playing it with my uncles and they hated it, and he just angry the rest of the day. That's the only two memories I have. But that's not the point. But continue what you want to say, Doc.
Here's some more lore. I used to be a Crusade player before I was a Smash Flash 2 player.
I appreciate you, Doc, for coming out of the closet. I understand.
That's not even the best part. I was a Crusade dev for about 5 minutes. I did about 2 things.
Yeah. I remember that too.
I did about 2 things.
I was like, what the fuck?
I did about 2 things. I'm not even credited in the game anymore because all of my stuff was removed.
Nice.
It's like fucking.
What did you end up doing?
I did cuts for the old announcer. I believe it was Angel Glory. And then I did some cuts for Duck Hunt Dog's voice clips.
Ah, wait, you were a part of the Duck Hunt voice clip? Oh.
I'm pretty sure by cuts, it just means like...
I cut the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the time, Smash for Wii U wasn't out yet, so we didn't have the Duck Hunt noises. So in preliminary builds of Crusade with Duck Hunt Dog in it, his voice clips were a literal fucking dog.
Nice.
What? Yo, we should have had J-Max dog fucking be the dog.
J-Mac was probably not around
so that's
at
what
the time.
It eventually got replaced with the real Duck Hunt Dog sound clips, and Crusade has a new announcer now, so
fair enough.
All of my work has just been replaced, and I'm no longer credited. But I'm pretty sure everybody has forgotten except me and my girl.
So
who is an avid Crusade player even to this day. She keeps telling me she hates SSF2, and she keeps telling me she wants me to quit. But like,
wait, but who does she play in Crusade?
Like everyone.
Okay, fair enough. what I was gonna say was that, like, you and your girl being on, like, not the opposite sides of the fence, but like not even being within the same ballpark. At least in my head, when I think that's what you just said, it kind of reminds you. It's basically the equivalent of. Nah, it sounds outrageous. No, I was gonna say something crazy as fuck. Never mind. Continue what you want to say.
Yeah, continue with your story.
So, I mean, it's in your defense. I have said that we are the last two remnants of the fan game wars from 2013 to 14.
Sure. Admittedly, those fan game wars, I feel like SF2 just like mauled Crusade enough times to the point where it wasn't a gang war. It's just people, ops getting shot to death at that point. So that's the point. It's like basically, you know when like people get drive-by'd? Like imagine like SF2 drive-by Crusade like 8 times. Like it just kept doing it every day when a new person just on the block, and they just like you know that scene like Ricky, like they slowly move the window down and like the gun comes out and just shoots him like on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like Rick, like, imagine that's like that like 10 times and like every other day, and then you think, oh, maybe the gunfire's over. And it just keeps going, like just like.
Well, back when it was 0.8B for SSF2 and 0.8.4 for Crusade,
yeah.
it was a lot more even. It was a lot more.
I agree, because I got
the moment 0.9 dropped, it was over.
It really was, because I got in SF2 as an actual game, I think in 8A, because I don't remember, was there even an 8B? I don't even remember if there was.
There was.
Yes,
there was.
An
Was that the jump? Was that the wall jump patch, or was that 8A?
Wall jump patch, I think
Sonic and Pikachu were the only ones.
I think it might have been an 8B, but the only reason why I remember there is an 8B is because there is a regression that to this day has not been fixed, in which so you know how when you get hit, the numbers on the damage HUD do a little animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you induce no knockback, the numbers in the HUD will change, but they don't do the animation.
Yeah.
This has been a regression since 8B, and it still hasn't been fixed to this day.
Yeah.
And it still irritates me. It's almost to the point where I'm considering making a mod to fix it myself.
That's my guy.
I get what you mean, but I have a question. Because remember, these are patches there from like a decade ago almost. Some of these patches, right? I got in the community on 8A. Was it 8B that added alt colors, or was it 8A? I'm trying to remember. It was a pretty early, like later patch that added alt colors.
Alt colors was 9A.
It was 9A. Oh yeah, you're right. Cause I kept thinking like, was it 8B or 9A? It was one of the two. But I kept thinking in my head, I'm like, I remember
it was 9A. It wasn't even called 9A. It was just called 0.9 that introduced character selection portraits, and that also brought on the alt colors.
Yeah, because I was wondering like
8A, 8B, they had little platforms on the character select screen with the sprite, and they do a little animation.
Yeah, like Smash 64.
Yeah.
I remember. So what you want to say, Dark?
Also 0.9 put SSF2 in widescreen, which is for the better.
Yeah, I remember that. It was really it was kind of annoying playing at the time playing AA.
Bro.
It was crazy.
I mean, when you're in your high school computer lab and all you have are square monitors.
Yeah. 9A was really funny for me though, because just watching Falcon fly across the stage and Mach 10, and G2A just not being a thing at the time, like there's just so much good stuff about 9A.
What are you talking about G2A? Are you talking about what does G2A mean? What are you talking about?
I think the change around like 1.2 or whatever, where it was like, you know,
where all of a sudden you don't get to actually run at.
You don't like keep your momentum from the ground or whatever.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Very funny.
That was honestly poor change.
Poor change.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is that whenever I think of 9B, I just think of two things. I remember that Fox's back air didn't stale on 9, not stale. Sorry, it didn't have a sour spot in 9B, from what I remember.
Right.
And then I also remember that like Zelda was outrageous, but I also remember that like Fox up throw you couldn't DI it. I think it always went up. It was so crazy. I think you just went straight up. You couldn't DI it. Cause you know, like now if you DI it away, it can be a little tricky. You can catch the timing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you aren't prepared
you
for
have
it, like lag
mix-ups.
spikes and shit. Or maybe if they go behind, maybe you can do like a back air instead. It always went up every time. It was super free. Also, like, bro, I'm sorry. Nothing makes me more mad than 9B MK. Because I know 9B Zelda was outrageous, but that's like everyone agrees. 9B MK was high key annoying. Like, because the reason why I hated playing brackets, because 9B MK just auto won against Fox, I could never play that matchup. I had to be like ahead the entire time. It was annoying. But continue what you want to say.
Well, actually, I was done.
Oh, okay.
That was
So,
like your whole how you got.
That tangent's over.
What kind of made you into like this big community member that you are though? Because you're an admin in the SF2 scene.
That is actually a story of a little, let's just say, corporate backstabbing.
Okay, so
Yeah.
because what era is this? Because I got in the community when Flash Nation was the biggest Discord, and it wasn't even close. It was essentially like the only Discord. So I got.
This is
IRC,
still IRC.
Oh, so this is way before time.
Yeah,
So
Dog
you
is a
can
90
explain
vet,
that.
dude.
I know.
That's
Obviously,
kinda
I'm just saying because put in context for me specifically, this guy got a community like me December 2016, essentially like borderline 2017, like a few months before beta. So I got like the very end of 9B, and like
We're still at the beginning of online. We're talking like
2014?
October, November 2014.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
Early
please explain
kiosks.
for the viewers.
So when the IRC started, it was started by Jammy, and he had assigned a number of mods and stuff, and I had the bright idea to develop an IRC bot that did a lot of automation, did some advertising for events and some funny commands and whatnot.
Did it ever work?
It did work. It worked so well that I ended up giving myself mod permissions in the IRC.
Ow.
And well, I took control of the bot and I said, "Give me mod perms," because the bot had mod perms. So like, I'll just do it myself. and Jammy didn't notice until way later, and it's like at that point he didn't care.
Oh, so you kind of like did the switcheroo. It didn't even feel your backside. I feel like you just
And
like,
then, and then he made me co-owner of the IRC channel. So like,
yeah.
I was the big IRC guy, and this was when I was doing my come up with the streaming thing, and I wasn't nearly as big as I was today. Back then, I wasn't number one. I was still like number two, maybe even number three, because Soldier Sunday was still streaming like every day.
Oh my god, Soldier Sunday streams, bro.
Bro, here's the thing.
And then this is also still the point in time where your dad was still streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. Your dad was before. Who's your dad? Again,
I think it's Twitch's gr_dad. Like
that's probably before my time. Cause obviously I know Soldier. Obviously he's still kind of around now. He has problems, but that's not the point.
He came back like a bit ago and did some offline SSF2 for something, but I don't think he does anything.
Your dad had a buddy, and your dad was a developer, so they would do offline. Beta dev build gameplay. Every so often. This was before the SSF2 creator program, the beta creator program, which
I don't remember what that is.
That was like early, like around beta with like the first build of beta, like that was like when AlphaRad had videos out. I think Nintendo, maybe
Nintendo Bowl.
Oh yeah. Right.
And to this day, I still don't forgive him, because by 2016, I was number one. Soldier Sunday had started reducing his streaming schedule significantly, and by that point, he's already out. Your dad had a family to take care of, and there was nobody else. I was literally carrying SSF2 broadcasting.
Let go.
And I'm to this day, it's not as bad anymore. But like, I'm still miffed that I was not on the beta creator program, because I'm basically the only SSF2 streamer, and like. Yeah.
Here's the thing. The thing is that I feel like you almost want to say you're still the only streamer, and then Pika would have gotten like a red face, like a tomato for a second.
No. Doc can say whatever he wants, bro.
And then I was gonna say like, oh, you're talking about there's a second streamer, and then I wouldn't mention Pika. I'll say Katsobi.
Honestly, if you said Katsobi, I would give it up.
And then I'll say
you say
there's a
JMI.
third streamer, and then I'll say there's a third streamer, and then I'll say it's Quackus.
Okay, no, that's the other worst outcome.
No, the fourth would be JMI, but that's not the point. I'm not gonna go that far. When you get to fourth place, it doesn't matter because you don't even get a medal. Remember the Olympics? I think it was like a 2012 conversation where they wanted to give fourth place a medal, or it was something like that. I remember it was like on the news. It was like I think they want to give like an.
I got no idea, bro. I was barely conscious for that.
I think they wanted to give like the fourth place like an emerald or something like that. I don't even remember.
Oh.
Fourth place.
Dude,
Olympic
2012. I can't remember
medal,
anything from that year. I was like drinking honey and having a birthday cake.
Oh, it was a 2012 article by the Washington Post, August 2012. I don't even remember. I
wasn't cognizant in 2012.
Fourth place is Cruel's Fate. No, that's different.
Will it be what it be?
Doc, what were the early streaming days like for you? Because I actually did find a conversation.
Tragic.
I was thinking, I just thought about this, and I found a conversation in the fucking rival server that you had with somebody.
What?
You had a conversation with somebody about streaming Rivals, but you didn't really get
Yes. A few years back, I wanted to break out into Rivals broadcasting, and honestly, it was kind of a mistake because I was just too late to the party, and there were already established streamers all over Rivals. Even there were some official guys that were doing it, and I'm just like, well, what am I gonna do? So I threw it in, and I'm not bothering with Rivals broadcasting anymore, at least until this November.
But Rivals 2
though.
But Rivals 2 though.
You're hosting a Rivals bracket, aren't you?
Yes.
Dude, I'm just like, genuinely, I think that the opens, we need to have more open stuff, like branch out to other games, etc.
Agree, that's absolutely very important. Because here's the thing is, because we're already, because the goal here obviously isn't to make money, obviously, because it's SF2. If we want to make money, we would just run like League of Legends or some shit like that.
Yeah,
but
if you want to make money in SSF2, go anywhere else, bro. What are you doing here?
Like that is the most depressing thing ever.
Can confirm, right? I have tried this.
You have. That's what's crazy.
See, your first-hand experience.
Were made. What I'm trying to say is that if we want to at least grow within the niche, small pocket that we have, the very minor, the fucking molecule pond that we have, we should at least like slightly try to grow the molecule pond to make it maybe a larger molecule, maybe like something a bit, maybe like a multi-atom or something like that. I don't know.
Get an amoeba.
I'm not a scientist. An amoeba. I'm not into science.
Okay. Back in the lab creatives era, and even still today as part of Aftermath creative production, I've been trying my damnedest to branch out to other independent fighting games to try and broadcast those as well. Like more obscure titles like Kirby Fighters 2, like
Brawl Minus,
like maybe even Project Plus, maybe even Among Us Arena, maybe even
Framemakers.
I tried Framemakers, but we wanted to have a Framemakers open last year at Hope to Spare, and it just wasn't baked enough. And we're gonna run it this year, though. We're gonna run it back this year.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna see it. I know Maddie's really excited for it. I know some other people are excited for it.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. When you guys started talking about Rivals 2, I almost took a nap. So now I'm awake again. So obviously that's gonna be important here, right? So I want to talk about. But here's the thing. I remember there were different eras when Doc would go to different streaming sites. I remember it was like 2017. He was going to like a completely different streaming site a few times. I don't remember what the site was even called. You know what I'm talking about, Doc? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do. So there was a couple of different eras. The first one was Hitbox.tv.
Oh yeah, Hitbox, the fucking
which turned into Smashcast, which is now defunct.
Yep.
And that lasted for like 2 months, and then I gave up and went back to Twitch.
So I'm assuming all those broadcasts are
it wasn't Twitch. It wasn't Twitch. It was YouTube. Went back to YouTube for a while. Because I was pissed at Twitch for reasons. So we were doing the YouTube for a while.
What's the reason? Because I wasn't around at the time, so I don't remember what's the reason.
I think the biggest one was that non-partners didn't get transcodes feature, so you couldn't set up quality settings for watching broadcasts.
Oh, that's awful. What the?
I believe this is still the case, but at least for affiliates, you do get transcodes. So we have that now, but we didn't 5-6 years ago. But the hot new platform dropped. It was called Beam.pro.
Oh,
I do not remember this.
And the biggest appeal for it was this technology called faster than light. And it was a godsend, and nobody has replicated it since. It basically was, in the short of it, it was sub-second delay between broadcaster and viewer in terms of stream latency. It was so fast that commentators could watch the broadcast and commentate in real time.
Yo, that's fire.
Of course, this would start going on a downturn as Microsoft bought the platform and turned it into Mixer.
Oh my.
And they kept running it for a while, and it's like, okay, this is good, this is fine, until 2020 when Mixer became defunct and Microsoft sold all the assets to Facebook.
Oh my! And they moved to Facebook streaming. Oh my god!
And by that point, I said, nah, I can't do this anymore. It's over. And I can't remember if I went straight from Mixer back to Twitch or if I went to YouTube first. But eventually we ended up back on Twitch, and that's where we've been ever since.
Okay, that's a long journey, obviously. Do you have any specific memories of certain eras? Like what? I know it sounds like a very vague question, but what I'm saying is, do you remember any specific like weird thing related to each platform?
Any memorable moments?
Related to each platform itself, or maybe like just a certain moment whenever you came back to a platform, like going back to it recently, or when you joined, what was being pro, later on Mixer and stuff like that. What maybe you had to adjust to each of them, because these are obviously different platforms, from YouTube to essentially Mixer now. What was Mixer, obviously, rest in peace, dead homie. But the Mixer to Twitch and stuff like that. How different was adjusting each time? That's my question.
It was a little bit of an adjustment. The biggest one was going from Mixer back to not Mixer, because by this point, the whole workflow was built around the FTL tech, the FTL tech, with commentators viewing the broadcast and commentating at the same time. So by this point, when Mixer went defunct, I had to find some other way to make sure broadcast happened smoothly enough.
Skype.
I think the only other thing I can think of is when I moved from YouTube to Mixer, I made the stream aspect ratio super wide.
Oh wait, wasn't that so you could fit in the character models?
It was kind of yes. I wanted. Okay, at the time, this was 2015, 2016, maybe even into 2017. This was into 2017 when beta came out. I had widened the aspect ratio because I wanted, much like the whole crowd thing I tried in 2021, I wanted it to feel more and more like a real event. Each broadcast. So I widened the stream aspect ratio to basically create an ambiance for the broadcast without shrinking the game window.
What do you mean by that? Create an ambiance? Like sort of
like a specific vibe, like a specific feel.
Make you feel like you're watching a movie or something like that, or maybe like watching like a concert or something
bars,
like that.
yeah.
Or just kind of also to feel unique, no? Also kind of makes it unique. I don't know.
Yes. And that lasted for a good solid 2-3 years before it was Bowlers 3 when I shrunk it back down from 21.9 to 18.9, where it's been that way ever since. Because by this point, the 21.9 had overstayed its welcome, and we were back on Twitch by that point. and it was causing playback issues for some people.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Also, weird tidbit about aspect ratios on YouTube. Where all the VODs are, if you go through the quality selector, it'll give you common resolutions 480p, 720p, 1080p. Except for 16:9, all of those are lies.
Oh.
Because how YouTube compresses the video for different resolutions, they compress it by width, not by height.
No.
So instead of getting say a VOD, even recently, like if you go and watch a VOD in 1080p, you wish you were watching it in 1080p, but instead of it being 2160 by 1080, it's 1920 by 960, which is noticeably worse than RAW, which is also part of the reason why I keep VODs on a couple hard drives in the back here until the end of time. Because you never know when you'll need those RAWs.
And also, how many VODs do you have right now?
Oh god.
Like, here's the thing, to break it down,
a collection of flash drives?
Don't ask like, oh, how many flash drives or how many videos. Like, if you had to estimate how many like gigabytes or terabytes of videos, just like how many?
Okay.
5
Let me see if I can quantify this for you too. The data hoarder black hole in the back is 24 terabytes raw.
What?
Now,
no, you could download like fucking
SSF2 VOD. Now, okay, I'm not using all of that. I actually have it mirrored, so 2 drives is 1 volume, and it's just mirrored across both for redundancy. So I only get 12 terabytes of it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure VODs make up about 2 to 3 terabytes of that.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was saying, you got 24. I'm like, bro,
now, of course, that's not just sets. That's also full streams.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Condensed stream edits, and any clips.
Yeah.
And that's from, is that like from since you started, or is that since a certain time frame?
I believe that's when I started recording these direct to VOD. That's when I started recording direct to VOD, and that was I think that was Bowlers 3 as well.
So that's for about.
Because I'll be honest,
years then.
Or maybe even a little bit before as well. Because what I would used to do is I would just chop up the stream, and that's how it would upload as set VODs.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely before Bowlers 3. I'm thinking 2017, 18. So
okay, that makes more sense.
about 6 to 7 years of VODs.
Okay, that makes sense. 3 terabytes for 7 years. That actually adds up.
Yeah.
Maybe plus or minus a year. My old laptop, before not the one that I have now, but the one before that one, the hard drive had died. This was when I was in college. I was coming home. I was playing a video game on the bus going home, and it died in my hands, and it wouldn't turn back on. So I was still in the RMA window. I could still get a warranty on it, but I hadn't made a backup of the hard drive. And so after it got RMA'd, the system got wiped and I lost all of it. I don't think there are any VODs in there though, because I didn't use that laptop for streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
that scared you essentially.
I'm kicking myself to this day over it.
Over how many years of VODs was that on that hard drive?
Probably none. I didn't stream on that laptop.
But it just scarred you for the rest of your streaming career, is what you're saying.
But I'm kicking myself because it died, and like, what was I gonna do?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So that's kind of like a heart attack almost. So I understand that. The thing is, I'm just gonna briefly mention this. When we did the audience, I think it was Horizon 4, I believe. I actually feel like we should have brought that back, because I think it was like 50, 40 people were in that fucking audience.
No, there was like 20 at most, I think.
There was like 25.
People.
That's still like decently large, yeah.
That's pretty good. It's better than most of my streams.
The only
not most of them.
Here's Here's the problem that I ran into with running the Aftermath crowd. It didn't feel like it.
Oh,
my god! Do you remember during the couch? Oh my god!
There weren't enough people, and there weren't enough people saying things. They weren't talking about it. They weren't cheering for their favorite players. They weren't.
Yeah, I think the problem is just as a concept is amazing, and it's not like no one showed up. Like 25 is like okay. Like we're talking about like
he's talking about Doc is talking about like back when he did the whole crowd noise thing at like I believe Hope Despair.
I remember that, bro.
No, it was
I got muted in AFMCX because they thought Charvy was me, bro. I'm still feeling it, bro.
I just remember that the crowd noise was there for some Tiller set versus I can't remember who at some Hope Despair. Maybe I don't know. I can't remember at this point anymore. But
it wasn't Hope Despair. I think it was a Just Vibin'.
Okay, that one. But that's a different thing from the Horizon 4 thing, which wasn't crowd noise as far as I'm aware. Or if it was, it wasn't on the VOD.
It wasn't crowd noise. It was an actual Discord
just a
call.
Discord stream.
And like,
that did get people, but like.
I give me lack of active people. Maybe they thought people were too quiet. Here's the concept of having 25 people actively ruin people sounds awesome. The problem is because 25 people in a Discord call is a nightmare just in general. Like unless you have 25 respectable people, which is impossible because SG people are kids or they're young adults, so they're going to be annoying.
Right.
Let alone men, children, like certain people that shall not be mentioned on this YouTube video because they don't deserve the mention.
Just go on.
You know who you are.
Just go on.
But you know what I mean, right? The chances of 25 people being not ruining the audience for other people is very unlikely, essentially.
Yeah.
I think it's just very likely to run this.
You basically have to have 25 people who are like actively invested to be there, which you can get with like a crowd at a venue because those are all people that paid tickets to be there. But like Discord, it's like, you know, these people show up for free. They're just gonna be here to watch, and they're probably
there's no commitment essentially.
Yeah, they're not.
When you're committed to something, you kind of have to enjoy some of it. Like unless you're really pulling an Evo 2018 like Bayonetta Ditto, where like everyone's here to just boo them for 2 sets, and it's just like it's awful, and they're just here to just burn people to the stake. Like, unless we're talking about that, and even that's a rarity. And even like unfortunately, the players kind of gas
reaction
it up
there too, you know.
And even the players kind of gas it up a little bit, unfortunately.
They leaned into it really hard.
They leaned into it pretty hard. Like the fucking the homie stock into the second set, and then the fucking bullet charge in the first game, second set, that didn't help. That did not. And then the flipping off in the crowd earlier in the tournament, like it didn't help. But that's not the point of it.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. Time comes, time passes. Things change. A certain person didn't change, but again, you don't deserve your name being mentioned.
Shots.
Your name's not already mentioned.
Bro, you don't want to know.
Marcus, what happened? Why are you so amped up?
It's getting late at night. I got amped up.
Quackus feels like he's been on an energy drink or 5.
When is Quackus not on an energy drink?
About that,
I got no clue.
Send a photo. Here, I actually can send a photo.
I'm not showing it on the podcast.
Are you gonna send another photo of your modeling agency?
Dog, just because I look like Justin Timberlake, according to you, does not mean
I never say you look Justin Timberlake. I say you look. I did not say that. Not once. Did I say you look JT?
More like Justin Bieber.
Not disrespectful. Not disrespectful to Justin Bieber. Come on now.
Quackus is not Justin Timberlake. Quackus is Justin Log Ocean.
No.
What?
I was gonna say something really mean to Quackus, but I'm not. I promised myself I will not get myself flagged again.
We can have restraint.
Oh my god.
We can have restraint on the PQB podcast.
The thing is that Doc, you don't understand. We talked about this separately after the first episode of the reboot of season 3, because season 2 only lasted 1 episode. Because we're
of
terrible.
2024. Just call it what it is, man.
But the episode 2024. Somehow one of our episodes got flagged.
The one with Ashen Godly, because he said something.
No, I didn't even say the crazy by itself. The thing is, the bot caught it out of context.
Yeah.
It sounded good. I said in the VOD because I'm black. I said, because it's common for a black.
I think we're gonna get claimed for that again.
We're about to get flagged. Yippee!
And so what happens is
City monetization.
All right,
you're
I'm
really
gonna
smart, bro.
I'm gonna
You're
put this
really
in.
smart.
I'm going to in post remind myself to bleep out whatever you say at 44:30.
Yeah, sadly. And so what happened is they assumed, I think I said the R version of it somehow, which I did not.
Whatever it is what it is. We can move on.
Quackus, did you really drink? How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Pepsi, 13 Pepsis.
Yes, bro. Yes, I've almost gone. I go through like half a fucking box of Pepsi.
Dude, at least get like a
Quackus,
Diet Pepsi or something. What the hell?
Quackus, I have 3 concerns. I might even be 4, but I'm actually gonna stick it to 3. 1, how you not died?
No, I'm real concerned.
No, how you not died from seeing the sunlight? Secondly, how do you not have diabetes? And
Yikes.
3, how your legs not been cut off? Like just from like the lack of blood circulation in your body.
You are drinking way too much Pepsi, young man.
Quackus,
Like
I'm gonna give you some wisdom right now.
Exactly. And Doc knows.
I used to drink a lot of pop a while back, a long
Did you
time
drink
ago.
Tab or did you drink?
I drink a lot of pop. I drink a lot of Mountain Dew.
Did you drink Tab though? That's what I'm curious about.
What does that have to do with anything? It's Mountain Dew is Mountain Dew, nigga. What?
Okay, well that definitely.
For what? Like, no, reminds me of it's like when people.
But my local grocery store would sell it for like $2 a 2 liter, which is
Oh my
crazy.
god. My god.
That was basically my living
you're
entirely off of
that's
Mountain Dew
pretty
Coke
expensive.
era. Don't be like me.
Look, dog. I was like, just.
You know what reminds me of? When I was lived in Nairobi, because I lived in Africa for a few years, would not recommend. I was forced to be there, and I hated my life.
Continue.
Back to what I was trying to say, right? And so what happened is I would go to the mosque, because I'm a Muslim, and now so you go to like, you know what I'm saying, like go to religious classes and shit like that. And in between, because I was over for a couple hours, like within the weekends, because I was weekdays at school, and in between, because there would be a break. There would be the main time period, and then there's like a break, and then there's like a second half, right? And the break would usually be around like lunch, like noon, 1 o'clock, or something like that. And because technically, yes, we have enough time to go from the mosque to my house, but it's too far away. So my parents were just like, okay, here's $2, right? Get what you want. But obviously, this is in shillings, right? Kenyan shillings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So $2 for Kenyan shillings is a lot. Because to put this into context, for $2 for each of us, it's like a 2-liter soda. A packet of wafers. You know what I'm talking about? The packet of wafers was like 20 wafers, and I think you can maybe get like some gum within $2. Like a massive 2-liter soda. You know how many wafers I'm talking about, right? You want like the ones that are like flat and it's like 20 that are like all in like a giant rectangle, and then gum, like literally for $2 each. And so for the first couple weeks, we just didn't say anything. So me and my 2 brothers would say nothing. We would get $2 each. We would eat a lot, right? And then what happens is my little brother snitched on us, and we ended up getting 75 cents each, which is basically barely enough for each to have one soda, like regular size soda, not the liter anymore. But all I'm gonna say is that $2 is a lot. $2 can be a lot sometimes. That's essentially the story. There's to you, Doc.
I was just gonna say, don't be like me. Your body will regret it.
I was thinking about opening this last can of Pepsi.
Quackus. Here's what you should do.
Put it in the fridge right now.
No, not even put it in the fridge. Put it in the sink. Just dump it. Don't even Like when you've drunk 13, you need to vomit right now. Turn to a teenage girl right now. Just put your finger next to your uvula and just jam that shit. You need to go in you need to go crazy because you need to just remove that shit out of your body. Like you need to go straight. Like the fucking IV where like they test your blood and they try to like transmit the fucking fluid out of your body. To try like fucking.
Dude,
you know what I'm talking about, right?
his blood is literally like 50% Pepsi.
My blood is literally 50% caffeine and the other 50% is whatever the fuck else.
It's crazy how Billy is less Pepsi than you.
He's less Pepsi headed than you. It's true.
Mr. Pepsi Man is somehow less Pepsi than you. That's crazy. He literally brands himself as Pepsi Man. That's actually crazy. He's not that real.
Okay, bro. Don't go that far.
No, my man literally.
That is
like,
something.
Literally, my man had for like a year had a profile picture. Literally for a while he did have Pepsi Man PFP until recently.
He still does on Twitter, I'm pretty sure.
On Twitter he doesn't. And like you drank you realize how outrageous 13 is? To put this into context, right? I used to eat 2 bowls of cereal a day because I was just really hungry. And my little brother told me like, hey, stop. Like that's actually too much. And I did it for like 2 weeks. And my little brother told me stop. Like you're actually gonna get. I became pre-diabetic. Just from that. Literally just from that. Obviously, I'm a big guy. I'm tall. So it's not just 2 bowls of cereal a day affecting it. Admittedly, that didn't help. But also on top of that, sometimes I would go to the fucking gas station and eat some like drink a Mountain Dew occasionally or something like that. Right? That stacks up. Right? And so I became pre-diabetic about a year ago. I'm pretty sure I'm not anymore, but that shit scared me. Like I literally scared. Like I haven't lost weight. I just stopped eating sugar. Like I if I'm gonna eat, it's gonna be like salt. It's gonna be like protein.
Low carb.
Like I'm just sometimes low carb, or maybe it's like no cal drinks and shit like that. Like fucking, I'm so desperate. I'm drinking Prime drinks, dog. I'm literally just trying to avoid sugar. Like I'm not even fucking. I'm so desperate. I'm drinking UK drinks, but I'm desperate.
Wow.
I'm out here. I'm drinking 20 cal drinks, like 0 cal drinks, just to fucking quench myself. Like I'm out here down awful. Quacks, you need to be stopped. Like, how are you a model?
Okay.
How are you part of Calvin Klein and you're out here drinking 13 bottles of Pepsi?
You're treating
that's
your
crazy.
body like this, bro.
You're good, bro. Quackus, I understand some people.
No, I've recently been compared to something I'm not gonna say because I am white and I will not risk getting my ass canceled. But
What?
Whatever.
Right?
Whatever.
Here, I'll send you the image.
I was almost done with what I was trying to say, right? What I'm trying to say is, Quackus is
It's this guy.
Oh.
I'm not trying to
No.
pronounce it, bro. I'm not.
I
pronouncing
know you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it for you because I'm not gonna get. The episode probably already is flagged, but I'm not gonna get even more flagged. I'm not gonna make Pika have to censor another word.
Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner, black character, the black chin.
Whatever.
Just
Use his government name.
No,
what was
I
his
cannot.
government name? Say it.
Negative chin.
Negative.
Chin.
Was it Nerdchin? Nerdchin.
That sounds like urchin.
That's what. Yeah.
For me,
Whatever.
it was the sugar,
We have
it
been
was
on
the
this segment
calories.
for way too long.
Quackus, I'm your
methinks-
manager here. Come on now.
was
Put
the
the Pepsi
chinneries.
down. Go back into the mirror. Like maybe clean up your hair a little
fellas.
Drink some water and switch to
Hold on,
crystal.
I'll be right back.
Your
I'll be
body
right
will feel
back.
better for it.
bit. Also, I'm gonna say this right now because I know Quackus isn't here. I'm gonna say this as for the viewers here because Quackus cannot hear me, and he's not gonna respond because he's too far away.
Quackus
I
can
hope you-
hear you, and Quackus will continue to hear you because he has his headphones on.
That was
Okay,
crazy.
fair play. What I was trying to say is that, like,
Got him.
just take care of yourself, man. You have a gift. Understand. I said this once and again. You are the Giga Chat. You have to take care of yourself, man. You can't just turn into a fucking. Bro, my favorite meme ever is this really funny Wojak my fucking older brother has. It's a really I know it's not outrageous I'm talking, but let me see it really quick
Bro
for a
just said
second.
an oxymoron.
wait, no, wait, let me cook, please.
No. No cooking, bro. We're outlawing you from this kitchen, bro.
Wait,
Damn.
there's a really funny fucking. I can't find it. Fuck it.
It's
can't-
whatever.
never mind.
It's not worth
Nah,
it.
forget-
It's not worth it.
It's
not
there.
worth
It's
the
done.
bit.
It's done. It's in my older brother exclusive. You know when you have a family member who has this one picture that's super fucking rare and you can't find it no matter how you search it.
No, because
He's
my
trying to-
family
'cause
members don't talk to me much anymore because my sister moved out and my brother does not like talking to me.
You have family?
Yes.
Crazy.
I wish I did. But that's not the point. Back to the
You just-
conversation.
All right.
I used to have a family. I do. I still do.
Yeah,
have one, but I just
same.
wanted to be
Same. I did too.
funny. I'm not an orphan. Thankfully.
I'm unlike all of you. Family's all I've got.
Yo, Dom Toretto.
I understand that like you've had some. We all have some social problems, right? We play SF2 for a hobby. That's already a social.
Yeah,
problem
that's already
in
a,
itself.
that's already a tip off.
That's like you know like the idea of like red flags. That's 3 red flags in itself. The concept you're playing SF2. You're playing SF2 as a hobby, and
You're playing
and then-
competitively.
and competitively for some of us. I'm commenting it. Quackus commentates it, and Doc streams it, and you stream it. That's already that's 3
And I
red flags
commentate
right
it.
there. That's 4 red flags for you actually.
And that's
Sorry.
No, I just have like I don't have like 4
Crack-
red flags. I just have like flags of every single like color that can be considered red. Like every single different shade of
Quackus
red, I
reminds you
have
of-
a flag
no,
for
Quackus,
that.
sorry. You know what Pika reminds you of?
Pika, you don't have a red flag. You have the whole red tarp.
Yeah, exactly.
All Pika
You
sees is
got
red.
the whole damn quilt.
It's
I got
when
like
Pika
blinds
sees
and
Ender.
stuff.
When Pika sees Ender, all he sees is red. That's not the point. Back
I'm
to
like
the
Ender.
conversation. No, Pika, like when
Crazy.
Pika sees Ender, all he sees is red. But that's not the point. Back to the conversation.
Nah.
What I'm trying.
Ender and I don't
Yep.
have beef like that.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
We had some, but I don't interact
Pikachu,
with bro enough.
Pika
and, like,
player and Ender Eli no longer have beef.
yo, Ender, I got a
They
question
never-
though. First and five?
They ain't ever have beef like I had beef with Corbin.
Oh, yeah, the whole like you had beef with the entirety of the Australian scene. I remember that. You talked about
How do
that
you beef
before.
with Australians, bro? Australians hate each other. Like, how do you hate Australians? Like,
I
they're
mean,
already in
most-
civil war all the time.
Most don't, honestly. To be fair.
Well, at the time, Corbin was the only Australian player.
For a long time was.
So I basically had beef with the whole Australia, the whole country of Australia.
No, that's crazy. It's no. Here's the thing. You know that because there's this concept where whenever you create an area and you're the first of an area, where you eventually become kind of like a fucking. You know the idea of royalty, like fucking.
You're a figurehead.
There's some like SF2 royalty almost. Like, did Corvid at that time feel like SF2 royalty? If that makes sense.
No,
Okay, fair enough. Then I got
no, the beef was literally just we hosted a tournament on the same day, and nobody wanted to move.
Okay, so it's basically like none of y'all wanted to fold, and none of y'all wanted to give it up. Fair enough.
So we salty sweeted with our tournament franchises on the line.
Did you win?
Who won?
I won. It was 4-2.
The
okay.
goat.
Remember that?
Who
What
the?
I did not add this person. Quackus, do you? What?
Nah, this is.
Oh, it's
Quackus, why?
Quackus' webcam.
Quackus, I'm not going
what
to
was
edit
that?
this
What was
in.
that? It was the bot 300 or something for Hida.
Quackus, I'm not editing this into the video. Get this out of here, please.
Quackus, why is your camera so
you
bad?
My camera.
Camera-
Oh, it's still lighting.
Your camera looks
I'm just gonna
like
remove you from the group, bro.
Your camera look. You know those VHS tape?
Oh.
You know those VHS. You're talking about. You know VHS tapes where like it's kind of blurry and there's a bit
Literally a CRT filter.
Literally. Oh wait, you want to talk CRT? Yeah. Hold
of
up.
No.
Nah, I got you. Where's it at?
I don't know about CRT. I got a CRT over here.
Well, not like
I have my
CRT.
N64
CRT.
plug-in.
Hello, everybody, and welcome.
Where's it at?
Shoutouts to the N64.
Integrated cam? Oh, there we go. Oh shoot, that's replay buffer. Oh, there we go.
Oh my god. Pika.
Yo.
Oh my god, bro. And your
That's
wait, what,
good.
bro? Your hair doesn't even look the same.
No. Here's the. I want to say this.
There it is.
Should I be mean or should I just? I was gonna say.
I
Yeah,
accidentally
you're
stopped
rude,
the
bro.
recording in the middle of that. Oopsie.
Oh, you gotta stitch that together.
Wow.
Yeah, we are gonna have two recordings. But I stopped it and I like immediately restarted it, so like it's gonna be basically
Thank the
impossible to
Lord.
tell without
Hopefully,
me.
hopefully nothing
like,
gets
saying.
chopped out of context, and some of us.
No, I
turn
literally
into
stopped
evil
it for like
people.
2 seconds, so it's
There
not
will be
even
a
that big of a
micro
deal.
stutter.
What's up?
The Microsoft's about to go crazy. I think I want to turn my camera, but I won't. Never mind. But
Nah, you're
what I was
good.
gonna say, I'm good. What I was gonna say was that how does Pika look worse?
Because the lighting sucks.
Fair enough. That might be part of it. I also admit Pika looks like a vampire nowadays. I don't know how. Like, he looks like he looks like a Hotel Transylvania character now. Like he just like he's gonna plot something.
Jonathan,
I put like
you are
garlic
entering
next to
my
him.
Smash Flash tournament.
I put garlic next to him. All of a sudden he just turns to a melted puddle.
Bruh.
He looks like somebody put in like witch pot, like the little fucking.
Yo, shout out to
magical
garlic
remedy.
bread though. And that's fire.
Nah, garlic bread. I ate garlic bread once, and then it made me realize I'm never eating garlic bread again. Not because it doesn't taste good, because it does, but it makes me feel like a bad person. Because garlic bread is so fatty and so covered in oil that it literally makes me feel like I'm eating like twice as much food that I actually am, and I just stopped it. I like garlic bread.
It's because you're eating the wrong garlic bread.
No, I mean like the fucking freezer garlic bread. I'm not even eating fucking like the soup. Maybe that's the wrong kind. I don't know. But what I was gonna say was that hopefully Pika's able to stitch this together and we don't end up looking like criminals. We already do, but we look even worse because we don't want to give any more ammo to the CIA who watch our content. One of 9 people as well. One of them happens to be my probably my dad. Maybe he's concerned about me. Maybe he thinks that I'm failing college.
Shout out
because
to
this.
Baller's dad.
Maybe. might be concerned. Maybe he's Quack's sister as well. She says hi.
Oh
sometimes.
my god, bro.
No, because I remember a few times she said hi.
I remember.
I didn't get a response. Unfortunately, I was trying to be respectful, and y'all called me weird. Fair enough. I am like 9 years older than her, so I can understand that. But
so weird as well, man.
I didn't even try to make it that way. But y'all have mud in your brains, so understandable.
Whatever.
One of them might be Doc's cat, which again, go to the GoFundMe in the description below to fund their tail surgery, I believe.
PQB exclusive update.
What's up?
Yeah.
So the GoFundMe is actually a little lower than what we actually have in reality, because we got a couple of offline payments.
Oh.
And we've also put a couple in ourselves. So we're actually much better off right now. And right now we're actually waiting on a response from the local Humane Society to see if they can give us a little bit of a grant towards it as well. And the big hope is that we can take him in this month.
Oh, it's an awesome to see. So I'm assuming it's more like later in the month, like say like 3 weeks from now. I assume that type of range.
Probably.
Okay, that's a great update to hear. Let's do golf clap for veterinarians and the government. Do a little bit of golf clap. Oh, come on now. Come on, applause. Come on now, Quackus. Don't be hateful like that. I understand you're.
I can't. I have a noise suppression on. You can't hear my claps. But
is that audible enough?
I believe.
Here, you want this?
Doc.
You want this? I got you. Watch this. Voice and video. We're gonna turn off.
No. It's Quackus. Stop. Stop.
What's wrong?
I'm not editing in showing you clapping. Okay, there we go.
That's outrageous.
Nah, bro. I turned off Chris. What you mean?
Okay, well, just don't have what you call it.
You don't need the bot. You don't need bot the 8,000.
Dude, the day that we all show our cams is the day this just turns into Lights Out or Tweak Talks or literally any other Ultimate Player podcast.
No. I feel, first off, one, we're not as bad at human beings as EE, so it's already a W.
Nah, EE is funny, bro.
Crazy.
EE's funny.
He's funny, but he's even more out of pocket than I am, and that's just no. Like he's
yeah.
Actually,
I'll give it up. I'll give it up.
Like people think Leffen's too aggressive and like hateful, which he was at times. Fair play, but he got banned for it, so understandable. But he literally is like twice as offensive, and he just gets past because he's black. But fair enough. But that's
and because he's a commentator and not an actual player.
And again, royalty. When you have royalty, you just get away with doing anything, like Hunterbox does with harassing women. But that's beside the point. Back to what
bro.
Hey.
Here, Hunterbox was. This is something that did happen. Hunterbox admitted it and apologized. So we all move on. We all improve as people.
Yeah, let's just move on.
True. Bro, the day we ever do a fucking full face cam episode is like the day that our viewership goes from 9 to 12. Like we're gonna gain a whole 3 people, a whole 25% boost.
Yo, let's go.
There are a whole 3 people. And no, there's gonna be extra 3 people. One of them is gonna just be obsessed with me because
there are gonna be
try
6
and
extra people watching for you and for me, and there will be 3 people that leave because of Quackus.
No.
Okay,
No, wait, no.
No.
That's actually hateful. No, that's actually more mean than anything I've said. Because when I do insult Quackus, I actually gave some compliments. Quackus can vouch. You just hate.
I'm gonna be honest. If you give Quackus a voice changer, you could be able to pass him off as Cody Schwab.
Oh, that's disrespectful to Cody Schwab.
that is kind of disrespectful to Cody.
I hate this place, dog.
No, basically, no. Quackus is like if Cody Schwab didn't have Quackus is like if Cody Schwab had good parents. That's literally what Quackus is.
Quackus is like if Cody Schwab went to law school.
He went to law school with it. No. Fair enough, you're right.
It's really funny, bro.
No, Quackus is like if Cody Schwab didn't have traumatic events happening every 3 months.
Quackus is like if Cody Schwab didn't actually want to become a lawyer, he wanted to become like I don't know, an accountant or something.
A Stan blog. He's into like 17 or something like that, and twice. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking out here writing like, oh, top 10 K-pop songs of all time, and it's fucking like the most obscure song ever.
Yo,
it's
extrovert.
Fair enough. That actually extrovert is K-pop Quackus. We actually figured it out. We've done the math here.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Every single human being in all of human existence is just some minor variation or alternate form of Quackers Anonymous, the human.
No, not really. No, there are some people who are too out there. Like, you for example, you're too out there. You're not relatable to Quackus. So everything. So you're like, you know, the prime numbers, for example, where like they can't divide by something else. You can't divide by itself. Like you, Quackus, are like the prime numbers of humanity, where everything's based on your numbers. Like Quackus is 1, and then Pika is 3, because you can't divide. No, you can divide 3 by itself. No. Quackus
is 2,
5.
and I'm 3.
No, Quackus. No, you can divide 2 by itself though. You can't divide 5 by itself. That it being a fucking decimal. You can't,
no, if you divide 5 by 5, that's 1.
That's actually true. Never mind. Fucking...
Baller, what is your point?
Nah, I was trying to think of what prime numbers are. I was just thinking like, what are repeat? No, that makes sense.
Can't do math.
A prime number can only be divisible by itself and by 1.
That's true. That makes sense. Okay, that is correct. Fair enough. So no, that makes sense. If Pika is 2 and then Quackus is 1, that makes sense. Yeah. And I'm 7.
But a 2 is divisible by 1. There's no human being that is 1. Because otherwise you'd be able to divide a person by that person who is 1.
But
why do I hear keyboard typing? Is this stuff?
I assume it is. I haven't touched my keyboard in 10 minutes.
That's what you can play as well.
I've been like playing with my headphone case, like just in my hands, just wrapping it up, just trying to like keep myself interested because I have autism, but that's not the point. Just keep myself interested.
I've been vibing.
Enjoying myself. Back to the actual conversation of talking about Doc's career, because it's not about us.
Yeah.
We're not mad.
Actually had something.
We're gonna take it for I don't know.
I mean, it's y'all show, so.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Kirby. Why do you have so many name changes? You're like Emily, Dr. Kirby.
As I've matured, I've kind of pushed more professionalism in my name. I dropped Dr. Kirby in favor of Doc for pretty much the same reason why Dr. PP became PPMD.
Okay.
It just appeared more mature. And also I could actually trademark Doc instead of Dr. Kirby because of obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Don't kill me, Nick.
I don't get the reference. What?
Kirby from Nintendo, you know.
Oh, it makes sense.
To be fair,
that
Kirby,
big black guy, that was Masahiro Sakurai.
Whatever. To be fair, Kirby is named after a lawyer of Nintendo's.
No, whenever I think of Kirby, I think of the Swift on Deck character, the one that's like the fucking the ship cop. Again, obscure reference game on point, like usual for me.
Hey. One of these days, someone is going to collect every single baller obscure cut reference.
The fucking Nezzy Classified, fucking Swift on Deck, fucking. But at some point, I'm gonna make a reference to Harry Potter. So, are we already talking about Voldemort last episode?
I would get Harry Potter. I would get Harry Potter. My parents listen to that all the time. Well, my mom listened to that in like audiobooks all the time. When we were younger, we saw like all the films.
I haven't cared about audiobooks since like ever.
Bro, last time I cared about audiobooks was like 2015 with like OneDrive. That was the stuff where you like rented audiobooks online, sort of. But like it wasn't you didn't have to pay for it or anything. So my brother would just rent the Hardy Boys like every single like couple of weeks. And it was the Hardy Boys and it was Harry Potter.
You sure that's what it was called?
Yeah, Hardy Boys.
No, the platform.
Okay, not OneDrive, but it was some other drive.
OneDrive is Microsoft's cloud storage.
Yeah, no, I mixed it up, but it was something else drive. It was like Overdrive, maybe.
No.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was some like blue thing. I don't know. It's not relevant.
Where did the Amy Alley name even come from?
That's a that's kind of a
portmanteau.
Remember how I just said not even 5 minutes ago that Doc is a more professional look on Dr. Kirby?
Yeah.
I literally walked that back for the Amiali name.
Absolutely. No, here's the thing. I've learned this, and I learned this specifically when people left the Pokemon franchise and then came back to it. Especially, remember like that Gen 3, Gen 2, maybe Gen 4 when a lot of people left, and then by the time Gen 6 came back, most of them came back. Just kind of like for hipster reasons. Like Dr. Kirby was him, like Doc during the first 2 gens, and then he was just Doc for Gen 3 and like 4-ish, maybe the end of 5, and then Gen 6 is like, I want to go back to the old me. Just maybe Meowly is like a fucking little like weird persona that he can just do as a disguise. Like, you know those type of, you know what I'm talking about, right? Where someone puts like a wig on and they just end up doing like cam stuff. But that's not the point. But back to the conversation. I get
A Meowly is a portmanteau of the word meow and the character Amelie from Girls Frontline. Which, if you go to the website of meowly.dev, that's the character you see on the homepage.
Meowly.dev?
Yeah.
The character in the little green circle in the middle, that's Amelie. That's the character in Girls Frontline.
Fair enough.
It's crazy is I've kind of hold that thought.
Yeah.
I agree.
I need to check Doc's computer. I'm not for no specific reason. I just want to check his computer.
Hey, at least you're not gonna find the sushi folder.
What does that mean?
Which one, the banned sushi or the real sushi?
The real sushi.
Bro, this entire episode has just been really obscure references that the audience, like half the audience would
if
just
Sushi
like,
watches this, she'll get it.
Bro, this is the Aesop Rock of fucking PQB episodes. Like, because every other episode is like fairly understandable. You can get like 70% of what we're talking about, and if you don't get it, you can maybe understand.
If you're not Sushi, you don't get this reference.
I'm referencing like mid 2000s fucking sitcoms.
I'm referencing DMs with Sushi. I'm referencing like friggin' We're
Doc is mentioning fucking weird, obscure weeaboo characters that like.
We're talking about Slack chats, IRC.
Fucking AOL at some point. We're talking about Chuck Conroy, reasons that are related to his Let's Plays, but that's not the point. Back to the conversation.
Sorry about that. Word called me for like 2 seconds there.
Yeah.
What ended up happening was I unwalked that back, so I kind of stopped being a Meowly and just started being Ame instead.
Oh.
So I've kind of done the Dr. Kirby to Doc transformation twice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a second personality?
Why not Dr. Meowly?
I have a lot more than 2. I can tell you that much.
Fair enough. That's your therapist to ask about. I'm not an armchair therapist. You can talk about that later on. I'm not gonna put you to a lie detector. We are not.
Tell me where it all began.
Don't. It all started in Montgomery. I'm not gonna go.
It was a long, cold, rainy night.
It all started on a rainy day on Tuesday.
It happened in Brokeback Mountain.
What happens in Vermont stays in Vermont.
It happens around. Stays around.
I'm fine. No, I'm fine with it. I mean, this is probably the one show where I would probably say nothing is off the table.
Yeah, because we're very wrong. I literally.
Because no one's gonna see this. Yeah.
No, admittedly, all I'm gonna say, I feel like the audience, the viewership difference between this and actually us 2 matches is literally like 1-to-1. So there's not a guarantee. Like I'm not saying our viewership is way better or way worse. I'm just saying let's not act like our show has 1 person watching. It's close, but that's the same with SF2. But that's the point.
Yeah.
Back to the conversation.
It's relative to SSF2 as a size of a scene, you know.
It's 6s and 7s, which are just like the viewership, 6 and 7. That's not the point. that was a reference incredibly on point.
To be fair though, I uploaded some VODs today from literally like Flavian's 2021 Blossom Bash stream, and like 2 of those got 30 views within like an hour.
Admittedly, Flavian is a well-respected person, and I am baller, so there's a difference here. But Flavian used to be respected. Sorry.
Is it he banned?
Yes, but like
again.
Respect.
I'm gonna go out and say it. I don't think the ban is entirely warranted. Me personally.
He literally ulted. That's ban worthy itself.
I feel like y'all.
He literally ulted.
Again.
I'm not saying the ban is like completely unwarranted. I think for ulting, yes, but like it feels like it's mostly a culmination of things when it's really just you ban him for ulting for like I don't know, a couple months maybe.
He's also annoying as fuck, but that's not the point.
I completely disagree. I completely disagree with that statement.
It's all about how you like him.
In fair defense,
it depends on how you treat him.
And y'all know I'm like the one person in this community who never was really friends with Monty like that. Like I never wanted to dislike him.
Doc, were you friends with Monty like that?
No. I would say we were acquaintances at best.
Fair enough.
So Doc can kind of understand where I'm coming from. Kind of where it's like I kind of don't want him. I don't want to come.
You
to
don't want him.
No, because he does a lot of great work. He's legend of the game.
But you're not in tears that he's gone, is what you're saying.
No, like, because I'm in the perspective of like I thought style was way too dry. I thought it was way too
with like
skeletal.
commentary.
With the way he does commentary, not just that, also even the way he talks to people, even his content felt really like bare bones, really like cookie cutter. It's fundamental. It's
right,
like
pure, like that's what's awesome.
That's awesome. It's obviously great for him to have like to know the fundamentals, the base, the stuff you need to understand, right? Which is a good thing. We need that in S2. I don't want bubblegum, obviously. No disrespect to Bowler, but his content's bubblegum. It's called what it is. But what I'm saying is that like there's a difference between giving me like whole food and like meat and potatoes and only giving me meat and potatoes. Like he literally just gave me meat and potatoes. Like and that's awesome. But again, like give me like something.
Yes, but I want to rebut here. To be fair, you can either get meat and potatoes or you can starve to death.
Sure.
I think at that point I would much rather have meat and potatoes. I would rather have myself a good,
the day Jeff gets out of the army or the navy, I don't know.
He's on a missionary trip, I'm pretty sure.
He's on a missionary trip. When he ever gets out of the missionary trip, I don't know if it's 5 years, 10 years, I don't know.
I got no clue. If he ever decides to come back, which I'm pretty sure I've talked to him, not like frequently, but last time he streamed, which was sometime last year, he was like, yeah, no, I'm probably not going to come back to the community. I'm going to go do life things, which is completely fair and justified.
I'm sorry. Makes sense. Understandable.
Also, again, if we're talking about Jeff, on that note, I do still have access to his Gmail, and I can read all the emails that he's receiving, but I choose not to because I'm boring and I don't snoop into.
Yeah, how about fucking not a psychopath? Yeah.
I don't snoop into his personal life.
I'm sorry, snooping as usual.
Snooping as usual, I see.
So when I make a reference to an old YTP, that's from like the same era as like Sweet Life on Deck. All of a sudden you get the reference, but I make sure
because I saw YTPs. I didn't see Sweet Life of Zack and Cody or whatever the hell. I didn't watch iCarly. I didn't watch Victorious. I didn't watch all this crap that you're talking about, bro.
Well, so if we're being honest, snooping as usual, I see is very famous.
Yeah, it's like it's still around. It's still very relevant. Cole
Sprout's not famous. Like there's some of them are still famous now. They're still famous to this day. Like 15.
Yes, but like this is online internet culture. This isn't
true.
Fair play. Nickelodeon.
Riverdale was viral for like years. Like, people know Riverdale for a while. Like that's not like fucking 10 years ago or some shit. Like, but besides the point. Fair enough. Let's fucking move on from this.
C'est la vie.
Right? C'est la vie. Let's wrap it up. Wrap up the subject specifically. We were talking about Doc related. Fuck.
I have a personal question I want to ask Doc. I guess. I don't know if this or not really personal, but like
book one night only.
Yeah, if you were to give a ranking of your favorite SSF2 tournaments that you've streamed of all time, what would you consider at the top of that list?
Top 5 probably. Bowlers 3.
Is this from lowest to highest, or?
Well, Bowlers 3 undisputed number 1.
Fair enough.
And then after that, I would probably say, well, it would be a distant second. I would say, oh geez.
What about the ones that your Comcast?
It doesn't matter after that, honestly.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because Doc's done probably like 200 tournaments at this point, so I feel like him trying to name.
I've got it. It's not 200. I don't even think it's 100. Not yet.
So even if it's 50, that's still 50. That's a lot.
I'm pretty sure I'm at 100.
I believe the last time that I counted it, this was still in the CX era. I believe we were at 83.
CXer? When was this?
Aftermath CX.
The lab creatives.
The lab creatives.
Oh yeah.
So it has to be like over 100 at this point. What?
I mean, CX era went up to like 2020.
It'd be close.
Okay, so say about 100-ish, more or less, with a little squiggly line next to it. Remembering 5 that stand out is going to be difficult. Like I've only casted like 12, like
20.
Like NA events.
I give you 20.
There is a post on the X, and I feel uncomfortable saying that, where somebody actually asked me this on the X, but it was specifically on Twitter, and it was specifically about tournaments that I've commentated. So it might be slightly different.
Yeah, because obviously as a caster, the experience is much different than if you're just streaming the tournament.
Running it behind the scenes, because for example,
it is still fun to cast though.
A story that I like to, I'll tell. Obviously, this is more about actual running physical tournaments than running an online bracket, so it's a bit different. Everyone remembers like Melee's Big House 4 was like a legendary top 8, right? Like so many great matches. Mango's Losers Run, Armada Leftfield was a great. You know what I'm talking about, right, Pika? That was like a legendary top 8. Big House 4.
I'm aware
right?
of it. Yeah.
Right. Like Joe guy who runs the tournament said like the tournament ran like shit. Like remember like CRTs were like exploding and shit for that tournament.
No.
Like literal that's actually a fun fact. I think 2 CRTs blew up. Like went into smoke and like stopped working. Like the tournament ran badly despite an amazing top 8. Like Joe got actually like that's actually probably a worse ran event. Like that event ran so badly. Like because obviously at the time they're running both Project M and Melee. Admittedly. And Melee, obviously, at the time, obviously, this is before they started doing Smash 4 instead, but because Smash 4 wasn't out yet. And obviously, this is back, the previous 3 were just Melee. So, like, the event didn't run great, and, like, you know, behind the scenes, this is the old event. This is one of the older venues, right? I think this is the same venue as Big House 3, I believe. Remember the really small, like, it was like a college dorm or something like that? It was like a really small, room, right? Like, Big House 5 now, it's like Big House 5 now is like a proper convention center.
Yeah, actual convention.
Alright, so Big House 4 is like a small venue. It has to run 2 games. It previously ran 1. CRTs are literally exploding. The schedule is a mess. It also ran. Remember, keep on this say 500 player Melee tournament that ran round robin pools. This is the biggest Melee tournament to ever run round robin pools. Round 1 and round 2 pools. So keep that in mind, right?
So you gotta handle all of that.
You have round robin pools into a round 2 bracket pool into a bracket. So it's like a very complex fucking tournament to run. And the top 8 is so good that everyone forgets it, right? Doc, for example, probably thinking like, oh, I commented fucking Hope Despair 2017. Maybe the tournament ran like dog shit, but I'll go back to the matches. It doesn't matter, right? It might fade in the background, right?
It did. It was so bad that one of the brackets was completely wiped from existence. Hope 2017 was erased.
My God. Like, maybe Smash Out 50, in theory, is like, oh, maybe you like the matches. But Smash Out 50, maybe Dark Ermac was being a bitch that day and had Dragon's Coffee. I don't know.
Smash Out 50, I'm pretty sure, was the one that was last year, right?
No, that was several years. That was like 2-3 years ago.
Okay,
Smash Island 50 was the one where they sent me the wrong grand final sets.
Oh yeah, that one.
It ended up streaming into prolific 5-0ing Senpai Cry in grand finals instead of it being 3-2.
Bars. Yo, chillin'?
Of course, Keegan asked you of all people.
But of course, I kind of have to bias towards these milestone events because I try really hard for those. Like Smash Island 50, Bowlers 3, of course, the biggest event of all time. Exodus 2 before that.
One of the biggest events of all time.
So.
Yeah, it makes sense.
What's that?
Admittedly,
Anyway.
I remember Pika, you said, oh, you did 20 events. If we're counting all regions, I'd probably done like 20-ish, maybe 25-ish.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Doc does have a spreadsheet, I believe, from 2022 with some tournaments, but I don't think it's been updated in a while. It's like an Excel sheet.
Right, but if you're talking about just NA, I think I did like I'm probably not between just NA, probably like 15 events ever as a caster, maybe less than that.
Which is still a lot more than like a lot of players.
I think the first event me and Quackus obviously mentioned before was performance with like the loss of odds. So if we're even counting that, so we were even counting that because Bird is a child and did not know that.
No, I was the one streaming, bro.
No, it might have been Jirachi who didn't do the settings properly.
I don't know. In any case,
Jirachi or Bird that didn't do the settings right. So it's performance.
No, it's because Twitch has it off by default, which is a very dumb thing of Twitch and something that a lot of people tend to forget, including myself. It was something I probably should have checked myself, but it is.
So I'm trying to remember performance, Volti-Tour 5, Horizon 4, Horizon 6.
I think you were around for Horizon 3, maybe? And Betaversary, yeah.
Ryan 3, Betaversary.
Tour of Salvation 5, you were there for that too.
I remember I
Salvation
kind of
5.
almost refused to do events with you for a little bit. But like, we were
After
just like,
when?
I don't remember. No, before that. Like,
What are we talking about,
before-
Quackus?
Before performance?
So you know,
Jamie?
It was a tour. There was like a time. Definitely.
Oh yeah,
during
I know what
this
you're talking about. Yeah, I thought you were annoying. You kind of still are. But,
I always am.
You're very
I'm
bold.
literally
I did like Flash
Yeah, you're
course.
literally Quackus Anonymous.
I did God Invitational. I think I did like 2 sets of a Flash song. I think my Flash song 5, I believe, where you did like a secondary stream. I think I did some games there.
4 or 5 or something like that.
So I've done like 11. I think I did some games of Flash Mountain recently.
Yeah, you went for
12.
Flash Mountain.
I think I'm trying to remember just NA events. I did I think I did fucking Blue Sky Brawl 13.
Yeah.
I think I did some games of the World Cup. That's 14. I'm trying to remember. I think I could barely get to 15. And there's a while where I was the very active caster. And I've done like 15 maybe.
Wait, you did that many events, bro? I didn't even know there were that many streams I'll be able to do.
Like, I'm trying to
Bro,
remember
I
all
have
the NA ones.
streamed. If we're counting
You gotta
exclusively
re-
2022.
you gotta realize, man. There's like there's basically a tournament every week, and if you consider 1 in 4 tournaments that get streamed,
That's like
then-
13 to 14.
yeah,
Something along those lines.
it'd be 13 on the nose.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm just trying because
The thing was with
that slushie?
2022, that was the year of me giving up all of my humanity to stream SSF2 every weekend. So,
Can you send me the Excel sheet? I know it's not gonna be all of them, just so I can jog my memory of some of them.
yeah, I got you.
Just like send it into the, just put it in the just
I just
fair
DM'd
enough.
it to you, yeah.
Doc,
It's
I
not-
gotta ask you, how do you and Pika, how do you guys get into streaming? Because like I'm trying to
No,
do it now,
I think-
and it's.
I know
I'm-
Doc already mentioned it.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I-
But how do you like?
It was Soldier Sunday.
All right, but how do you guys like sort of? I don't know how to say it. I
The
guess
workflow, maybe?
persist through it. Yeah. How do you persist through it?
A lot hyper efficiency.
Delusion.
Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna lean more towards Pika's because I'm not efficient.
Or
You don't want to.
You-
Let me
you-
tell you right now, you don't
I'm
want to
gonna-
lean into that.
I'm
You
gonna
can't.
detail this a lot more in an upcoming course on live streaming.
Oh, the Pika.
Oh, yeah,
Go back to the-
Coming very soon.
What's it? Doc, can you repeat again? My brain blanked.
So I'm pretty sure this was announced somewhere. I can't remember where. Not officially, but like I'm gonna be doing a series of courses throughout I wanna say the month of July.
Yeah.
Where I just go in detail the entire process from inception to stream day of how I prepare for and conduct live streams.
Well, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's
So,
gonna be
I
fine.
remember talking about it with you. It was really.
So
Also, Pika, make
That's
sure
what I
you
did.
have Doc's Twitter in the description so that they can follow him and find those updates along the way.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
obviously will help him. Also,
I
link
don't-
his Twitch as well.
You don't
I
use
hardly
Twitter that
I
much,
hardly do Twitter anymore. You'll wanna follow me on Mastodon.
Oh
What is
yeah,
Mastodon?
true. It's the site that
Is that
Doc
a decent
uses.
joke?
No. It's just the site Doc uses.
What is Mastodon? Is that like a masturbation thing? I don't know.
No, it's like Twitter, but like not.
It's like
Oh.
Twitter, but like open
It's-
source.
Hey Doc.
Also, was it Pika? Whoever made this whoever made this drive is outdated because Blue Sky Brawl's been uploaded.
Yes, we're aware.
And Rise of Shadow was uploaded last talk.
This
I think
hasn't been
all of these-
updated since the start of last year. What do you want?
Fair enough, understandable. Have a great day. But I'm trying to just count. So I did performance. I did.
You can just look at the SSF2 tours.
I'm looking at the
page.
list. I'm just counting which ones I did do. I'm confident I did. I skipped a lot of events. I think I did performance and then I did nothing for a while, for like 2 months. Holy shit.
Performance 2?
Performance,
There's
the
an-
first one. I think it was the first one.
I don't think you did the first one. The first one didn't get streamed, I'm pretty sure.
No, performance. No, there's a VOD. It's green.
No, because you see to the right
yeah.
of it, it says N for no. No.
You're right. Okay, yeah, I did performance 2. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you did
Yeah,
performance.
I did performance 2. That was the beginning, and then I did Mac Cheese. Wait, no, that was the beginning. Yeah, this makes sense. Okay. Did I do some of the 1K special? Did I do? I think I did some of the.
I think you might have been on for the 1K special.
I think that might have actually been my first event.
I'm pretty sure you were on, yeah, for something around that time. It's just
Yeah, that was the weird time where I was doing the 1K special while JMI was doing Flash
Summit
3 proper.
I remember I was on the couch and then I got told to go to bed right then and there.
I think somehow me and Quackus were both separately did it. I think I did it with Pika and Quackus.
You did it in there, and then I was kind of just right outside of top 8. Like I was going to do the first set with Alpi, and then got caught asleep. So
yeah.
And then I ended up just doing the rest of the games, I think, or maybe I did some games before.
I think Kai ended up coming on with Doppersworth.
For top 8. So I did the very early games, and then Quackus did later, because that makes sense. That's why I forget I ever did that event, because I know I didn't do any events before 1K for sure, because I don't remember doing like JMI Saga or friggin' any, or even Lucky Bracket or fucking any of these events, like any events before, because I remember most of these are like AFM, so I'm like, and all the AFM guys hate me for reasons and it should not be mentioned.
Y'all are talking about casting, but there's an adage, and I'm pretty sure I started this, where SSF2 is like Hotel California, where you can never leave. And I was supposed to retire from commentary after Bowlers 4. Yeah. You can probably see how well that went.
Yeah.
Because I will not say what happened, because Doc directly saw it. There's actually multiple seasons that this could be referencing to, but the viewers may not know until they find out. It's a mystery. It's like a fucking game of Clue. You gotta figure out the clues. And then you'll find the secret reference. Reference game incredibly on point. That's not the point. So back in the day, AFM guys hated me because they called me cringe back then for no reason. A certain person...
People just have beef in the community for anything.
Most AFM guys hate me, but a certain person hates me. Again, not gonna mention who. But I think 1K was my first event. And then I did a bunch of events after. Yeah.
Yeah, you did a lot of events in the following
time so I did frame. 1K, I did Performance 2 as 2, Mac Cheese as 3.
G6 we did together. I can't remember how many we did together.
I did Toss 5, I think. I
remember the season of us casting together, bro, on SEO. That was awesome.
I did Beta versus 5. Horizon 3 did I do?
I think you were there for that, yeah.
Yeah, that's 4.
I'm pretty sure you were there for that, because you were there for the... I think it was you and Bird on for at least like the Raid Chic, like
you were definitely on.
Flash Summit was in a weird state for a long time. I'm just gonna be honest there, because I know
you were there for like the first 2.
I did Flash Summit 1 and 2, and that was under the Lab Creatives. That was before the merger. 1, 2, and Flash is Dead, which I would consider a summit, an unnumbered summit.
It's an invitational.
It was a summit. It was just a summit.
It was basically Flash Summit 1.5. But after the merger, for some inexplicable reason, FFC decided to pick up the Flash Summits franchise and just started running it themselves.
Well, FFC was picking up everything around that time, to be fair. It was just like JMI, and I was there too.
So 3, 4, and 5 were done by FFC. With varying degrees of results.
Yeah, I think 3 was really, really good. Which, to be fair, that was also like
3 was fire. 3 was the best one of the FFC Flash.
And then 4 was also solid. I remember. I think I was on for that. I know you had to stream some.
I think in 2022 I did 13 NA events, or like 12 or 13. That's actually unreal.
Yeah.
Jesus Lord. That's like a third of the fucking NA events, like damn near. It's fucking crazy. And these are like most of the big, like the only ones I didn't do are all the ones at the very beginning.
Because I wasn't there for that.
And also some of the AFM stuff, like some of the AFM ones I didn't do MSS because me and Monty never really saw like. Part of it's me being petty,
you weren't there at the time, really, to be fair.
No, MSS2, for example, I was there and I just didn't do it.
You did Australian comms, that's why.
I know. Yeah, I did. You're right. No, I did Australia. You're right. I didn't do NA.
Yeah,
true.
it's because Flavian had comms lined up for NA already.
Yeah, because that was the problem. Because I never hate to say Monty as a person, but I think the reason why is because he wanted his homies to cast at that time.
Yeah, well, it's not that he wanted his homies to
Mhm.
cast. It's just that like he had people that he knew he could rely on. More
True,
so.
fair enough. So what happened was that, like, me and Quackus were on like one side of the table.
We were on
Well,
ANZ.
Not even the ANZ. We're on the fucking Katsobi Pika side of the table, and like, and then Monty has a little posse that just owns all the casting slots, and we just have to like.
Flavian just has connections, dude.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
was just there.
Yeah.
Fair
you
enough.
were there
Doc
for,
is
like,
unbiased.
2
Doc is the unbiased guy in fair defense. Like, he's not involved in any of these gang wars. So
I mean, that has its benefits. It also has the major drawback of I'm going around in a panic every single tournament looking for commentators.
Literally
Yeah,
true, bro. I feel you 1000%.
Caller. Sadly, you have to be left behind as the one person who doesn't understand, bro.
bro.
You two, it's so painful.
Dude,
yes, I didn't stream, so fair play. I don't know this, but in fair defense, on many occasions, I was the one who had to do it last minute. Invitational, I literally did last minute because no one was available. I think after losers finals, like everyone dropped, and I had to do grand finals like last minute.
Ollie just didn't want me on there, so yeah.
For the
crazy?
Invitational?
Yeah. Ollie doesn't
That was
want me. That's my point.
You know what's crazy is that, like, on multiple occasions, I don't know a single human being who likes me and Quackus casting at the same time. Like, just as casters equally. Like, think about it for a second, right? Like, Kai hates me. This one time I mentioned him.
Yeah, people have beef
Goofy.
with you and Quackus independently, or the both of you.
Like, for example, like, Kai, remember this one time I'll mention his corny ass. He hates me for some reason. I don't know why. I've never even dissed him publicly. He just hates me for some reason.
Is it because of the Miracle 7 shit?
He hated me even before that. No. What happened was that he thought my commentary sucked, and he bullied me for it for a while. Then I mentioned the M7 shit because M7 is a bitch, but that's not the point. Back to the conversation. But and then Kai tried to call me out for that. I'll be honest
I
with you.
thought that person was not going to be named, but good.
No,
Whatever.
I was gonna be reasonable, but then you know what I mean. We somehow got devolved in this, and this is one time. He gets his little shout out, he gets a little mention, but that's what I was gonna get. Fair play.
We talk about M7 like every other podcast, bro. At this point,
I don't even want to mention it. You
Why
mentioned
the talk?
Quackus, why you mentioned M7, Quackus? I didn't even mention M7 by name this time. So
Yeah,
it was me actually. I'm sorry.
It'd be
Fair
what it
play.
be. Who cares? Honestly. At this
True.
point.
No.
But yeah, we get it. I think we
I'm
get
trying
the
to say, right?
point. Is
And then
that
Noi, for
Baller has
example,
beef with
Noi-
people, Quackus has beef with people, and that's why
Noi,
people
for
hate both of
example-
y'all in the comms.
Noif hates Quackus. I don't know why.
Mark
It's so
doesn't
random.
hate me. It's just
Noif-
funny what he does.
Noif,
He
like,
hates
I know
it.
Noif.
Noif is
What
like
used to-
funny hateful, I think.
Like I know Noif one time called me a bitch, but I think it's just because I did some because of the M7 thing. Before that,
You can-
I was cool with him. I think I'm still cool with him generally. But I know that who else said you, Quackus? Who said? I think it was Godly. Godly thinks I'm okay, so that's already a compliment because Godly's a pretty strict person, so fair play.
I can count the number of people I've beefed with on one hand.
I've only beefed with 3 people as like real beef ever, right?
True.
As like
Same.
proper beef, it's M7 because he's a bitch. Was
Cryptical.
a so that's 4 people actually. Cryptical I don't even consider beef. I think he's Cryptical hates me. Cryptical is such a bad person because Doc came out. Cryptical is not a good person, so I feel like that's not even a fair play. Because Doc was around at that time, Cryptical did a lot of things that were not great. He owned SC Universe and abused his power because he was a teenager. Understandably, it happens, and he had personal problems. And I think we've already talked about it multiple times in the series. So
It be what it
I would
be.
like to. So Cryptical, I don't even consider beef. If we're counting that as 4, so it's Cryptical, M7, fuck him. Strat2G because Strat2G is a bad human being, and I will not like. He's literally just not a good person. He's annoying. He's obnoxious.
To quote Mateus, a washed-up Samusman with no real skill in the game.
No, that's not even related to that. Like, I have
Wow.
a personal, like, here's the thing is, I'm
Hey,
gonna assume
Doc,
people will
mention
not
you
allow
in
me
that
to
video,
talk about
too.
this, so I will talk about this probably in like I don't know if we can. Not
We
even
can
talk
have an
about it,
entire like separate episode just talking about your
just
beef.
on the strategy situation. This specific
All our
situation,
after
right?
hours.
No, because
Yeah,
here's the thing,
follow
Pika.
that,
Pika, I'm gonna
follow
say this.
that.
This is the one time you can do this. I would say this situation. I'll explain what situation, the vague idea of it. If it's too serious, you can just blank out the section and then just cut it, and then we can move on. Right?
No, that's too much
Uh,
effort on my end. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair play then. If it's too much
Not
effort, then
fair,
Strat2G tried to claim a person in the community in 2017 was a thing they were not. A very serious thing that they were not. An illegal thing that they were not. And this person
Yikes.
was a... Doc, I'm pretty sure might have just completely missed this. This is more SOT Universe thing. so he might have just been out of the loop on this, but a certain person that I was a friend with, not anymore. They blocked me on Twitter a few years ago.
I was in the universe era.
Yeah, absolutely.
You gotta remember. I've been around for everything.
Yeah.
True. I'm just making sure.
Except for IC3.
True. But still, a certain person in the community who was like, at the time, a friend of mine, but kind of a disliked person. I'm not friends with them anymore. They blocked me a few years ago. I've never talked to them again. I hope they're doing okay, but that's not the point. Friends at the time, and they tried to claim that this person, admittedly, this person I'm friends with was a weirdo. Like they did weird things. They had a disturbed mind, but they tried to claim this person was a child diddler. That's what they tried to claim, and this person is a minor, so it is impossible for them to be that thing. They tried to claim it in a voice chat, a Discord voice chat, and illegally recorded a voice chat, trying to pin this person as that thing. And
Yikes.
this is just again,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna treat this like this. Strategy can just come back from the grave and try to defend himself and say this didn't happen. But in my eyes, for me, this did happen. That he was part of it with Creptical, and trying to blame this person for a thing that they did not do. This person was a minor, was like 1 year younger than me at the time. I was like 16 at the time. This person's 15, or maybe like a year older. So they're clearly still a minor at this point, right? They're about the same age as Creptical. Creptical is slightly younger than me, so around 16, 15 age at this time. I think Strategy's way older than me even. Like Strategy's old as fuck. So he must be
idea.
right? Maybe Doc can correct me or not. Strategy's older than me, so I'm assuming he was adult even at that time. So Strategy, a grown-ass man, tried to claim that a child was doing that thing to another child. And so I do not direct Strategy as a person. They were also carried by Sam, which is just as sinful. Okay, that's
okay, bro.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding, but like, okay, bro.
Fucked up. Sorry. No, it doesn't do with being carried by Samus. Rolling my eyes to someone else, but just they are literally not a good person. Like that's just straight up. Like Strategy's not a good person for that thing alone. Yes, I'm not friends with that person anymore, but when I saw that, it was disgusting. It's a violation of human rights. And M7, I think he's just a bad person. He's a bad influence in the community. He's lazy. He's annoying. He reminds you of someone who has talent but never used it properly. He literally just dicks
There are
around.
also allegations.
Of M7?
Yes. Well,
what?
Allegations in the way of like just phobia.
Oh no.
I'm not gonna specify.
Nothing, bro.
At least not Fear Zero. At least not Fear Zero.
Whatever. I feel like
Doc
this
gets
point
reference.
has been
That's
dragging on for a while.
So I didn't mention the third person. So it's fucking
Strat,
M7 because
M7.
they're bad. No,
just move on.
Kai.
Just move on.
So then Kai,
Okay.
that's
We
it.
move on with this. Yeah, let's
Alright,
move
fair
on
enough.
from this topic. Let's
I mean,
get back to Doc.
I kind of feel like
I was gonna start naming names myself, but like if we
No,
wanna move
Doc,
on, we will.
Doc, let's do it. No, it's about you. It's your podcast.
you have the stage.
I mean, the first one was Corbin. We've already talked.
Yeah,
about
we discussed that.
Mhm.
Me beefing with the entire Australian scene.
Fire.
The second was Gaia Sim, or
Yasim?
however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
GSM.
It originally started back in the time when I got myself canceled when I wasn't mentally all there. I won't go deeper into that because that's a little bit
Personal. Yeah, I get it.
We've already talked about some pretty personal things on this podcast. I feel like it's fair to talk about it.
No,
It's
if he
not
doesn't
personal.
want to, then
Okay,
you have to push him.
you know what? I did say open book. I did say open book. You're right. So, back in 2019, this is gonna be fucking tragic. I'm gonna get myself canceled again. I was in a rather poor state mentally. This was right after Etika's passing.
Oh no, that hurt me too, man. I actually wanted, because there are many times in my life where I wanted to kill myself, and that's the third time in my life.
Who's Etika?
Now, oh my god!
I'm blocking
You
you.
broke
You're
my
literally getting
heart,
removed out of this
dude.
VC. I'm going to remove you out of this VC right now.
Quackus, you just broke
Maybe
my
use a
heart.
friend.
How could you?
Etika.
This is a perfect. No, this is a Quackus. This is a
Wait.
perfect example of Quackus.
Was this Troeezy? Was this Troeezy or no?
No.
No. You,
I'm
bro.
not-
You,
I've
You're
never
too
heard of
young.
this.
Quackus,
So
you just compared. Quackus, you just compared a dead person from 5 years ago to a dead person died like a year ago.
2 years.
2 years ago.
Wait,
like
this guy.
Etika was the Smash Reaction guy. Etika,
He was the
Yeah.
Joy-Con voice.
Yeah, this guy.
Oh my god.
I'll be honest with you. I just completely. I'll be honest with you.
So I was already in a poor mental state, because before that happened, I was going through a rough breakup. So that, and people probably don't know this, particularly in this scene, but I'm a heavy romantic person, so that kind of hurt me tragically. So before Etika's passing, he was having the whole mental episode thing.
Yeah, a lot. Like I know people were like calling the I don't know if they're like swatting him or calling the police just to make sure he's safe. A lot of the clown emojis, you know what I'm talking about, where he's playing music loudly on the streams and shit. I remember that period.
There was a post that he made on, I want to say it was I want to say the Reddit, the Etika subreddit, where, and this will lead right into how I ended up getting myself canceled. It basically was a post of him giving the N-word pass to everyone.
My God.
And in my poor mental state, I went and believed it.
Oh my Lord.
And so I went and sent it in SSF2 Galaxy.
That's crazy because Galaxy's full of degenerates. That's crazy. You have to. That's actually crazy. Imagine getting canceled from Galaxy. That's the equivalent of being, the Man of Monthly, bro. SSF2 Galaxy is the Man of Monthly.
Get ready to join the Man of Monthly, buddy.
So bro, this is part A of how my beef with Geisen began, because he would just completely spam me with "your wife left you" messages.
Bro,
I'm sorry.
Which wasn't actually started by him. It was started by Upia. Now Ty.
That's you. That's Upia. No. I can actually explain more in context. Strategy tried to call Upia a child diddler. That's what happened. That was the person. That was in 2017. That was Upia back then.
Upia started it as an obvious joke, and I was like, okay, fine. But then Gaiasim took it way too far, and he's now one of 2 people in SSF2 history that I've blocked on Discord. And this is still the case.
Who's the other person? Unless you want to not give him a shout out.
That would be the artist formerly known as the Real Hero of Wins.
I don't know who that is, but that's the point.
Real Hero.
So Upia's name now is Ty?
Yeah, it's just TY.
Okay, so here's the thing. I used to be friends with Upia back in 2017. I'm actually now I can actually reveal this now that you mentioned the person in name, because I don't feel like I have to really mention them. I was friends with Upia in middle of 2017. They had like a fucking like a girly profile picture back then. You know what I'm talking about? There was like a little pink hair and shit. And so Upia is a weird person. Upia is not like a normal person. Admittedly, Upia is like the same age as me. He's just a teenager. But I don't know if he's a hero.
That's what I understood, and that's actually kind of why I brushed Upia off.
Fair enough, but here's the strategy tried to call Upia a child diddler. That literally tried to happen. Strategy tried to illegally, I don't know if it's legal in certain states, but it's illegal in certain states as well, I know that. Legally, like, record a Discord call. This happened. Like, I don't know if the upload's still available. I pray it's not. Of someone trying to like
Discord call for that.
Like someone tried to record and like upload I think a Discord call or something crazy back then, and tried to like make Upia admit it. Some like literally like batshit things you would not expect from a mentally. Because I'm assuming Strategy at the time was a adult at this point. Strategy seemed older than most people in the community at that time. I don't think he was the same age as me. Which would be crazy that a teenager trying to call a teenager, you know what I mean? That would be unreal. That would be absolute mental illness.
Yeah,
because you know what I mean? So like that's just back to what I said, Doc. Sorry.
Okay, well, I mean, fair enough, but Gaisim took the joke too far and it started becoming serious, so I blocked him. And then a year or two later, like after I've like
Forgotten.
after I've like apologized publicly and like atoned for my wrongdoing and ended up in a better mental state than I was before. The beef was reignited by way of the Bowlers 3 trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the time, Geisam was the number 2 streamer in the scene.
Yeah.
He was the number 2. You could probably guess who number 1 was.
Mm-hmm.
But
was it because the trailer used his footage, I'm guessing?
I used footage from tournaments that Geisam streamed, and he got onto me because I didn't ask for permission to use those clips in the trailer.
Aren't they publicly released though?
Yeah, they were publicly available. They were on his YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. But that's spat Ray fueled the beef. By the way, I didn't know how people felt about you. This changed the way I felt about using other people's footage, because I've always been of the notion that if you want to use my footage for SSF2 related videos, that you can feel free to. You don't need to ask me. You don't need to.
Yeah.
Whatever, as long as it's not verbatim, and as long as it's SSF2 related,
Transformative.
it's fine with me. But apparently after that, I realized that not everybody was like that. So, but I left the trailer up because, like, what was he gonna do?
Yeah.
What was he gonna do? Was he gonna go strike my video down? That would probably incite a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
So that burned out rather quickly. And then the third person and the very most recent, which honestly wasn't even that big of a beef compared to the other two, but I'm gonna count it, was Alex Start Game.
Oh no! No, it's Voldemort. We already promised not to mention the person.
Did he continue DMing you afterwards too?
Hmm?
Did he start DMing you afterwards?
After his ban.
He still does. He'll send me a DM sometimes, every now and then when he remembers. But like,
I'm so glad I have that guy blocked.
And this was in the SCL era,
mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
where he was being so irrefutably toxic, and like it wasn't like any rule break or anything. It was like directly on me, and like I didn't really, especially McLeod Gaming as well. I don't really care if people talk shit about me, because like I just ignore it. I'm a better person now. But it got to the point with ASG that I actually considered putting my community presence on the line against him in a salty sweep.
Damn, bro.
It almost happened.
It would have been way too laggy for you to win. I'm sorry to report.
You would have lost, man.
Okay, but you have to understand. I beat Corvid 4-2, and that was to Australia.
Yes, but that was in your prime.
At 90, by the way.
Also, ASG is a cheater. That's not funny.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He hacks the.
He's a match fixer, bro. How do you win versus Overdrive with Ganon? I'm sorry.
Reverse 3-0, reverse 3 stock, and Sonic Ganon. Like, either Overdrive is the biggest choker of all time, which could be true,
or the internet is just that poor.
Or it's 5 FPS, which is likely.
Yeah, if it's 5 FPS, Ganon owns, dude.
I think the funniest part is that he said he practices in that way.
I was about 1 or 2 posts away from there being Doc versus ASG loser leaves the community salty sweep.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening? But here's the thing. Doc, I usually think you have a pretty good like understanding of like context of, oh, like I should probably do this because it makes sense with what I'm doing here, right? Or oh, I'm gonna do this because I only gain from the situation. Like you gain nothing from playing this game. You realize that, right?
He gets an out.
Like all you're doing is letting a bad human being back in the community. Like imagine, for example, right? Imagine if JMI, because you know JMI.
No, okay.
No, like,
this beef was long before his ban.
Okay.
Fair enough. But no, imagine like this is equivalent of like imagine JMI. Remember JMI for a while was the community member for a while before he took like
extended leave of absence.
Extended leave of absence, right? For for good reason, right? It's
life.
However long you need, right? And then imagine if JMI is like, oh, Pixel's a racist and also is annoying. So imagine I'm gonna salty sweet him and loser because he's not a community. It's the same logic. Like, there's no way you ever decide.
Yeah, that was like the dumbest decision ever, in my personal opinion. I have more to say about JMI, but
what is the craziest part, bro? Like, you really did think you could beat him in Isaac Bowser as Isaac.
And then he tried to say it was just, oh, I wasn't trying or whatever. Which, like, I don't know how much to believe that. It's JMI. I'll get into that later. Doc, you can finish up your story.
I will say that it almost happened, and I'm pretty sure there were outside influences involved with that. Because once again, like I mentioned this at the very beginning of the show, my girl's been trying to get me to leave SSF2 for a long time.
Okay, makes sense.
Fair enough.
Like she viscerally hates SSF2, and I don't know why.
It's because it probably like takes over so much of somebody's life, you know.
Or maybe it's
no, it was definitely more of a game design issue.
Oh, okay.
Because you gotta remember that Dog's GF is a Crusade player.
In fair defense, if you're a Crusade player, you don't know what good game design is because you don't have a game design.
Wow.
Like you don't have a game. You're literally just no. SF2 Crusade is like, you know that really bad like smoothie where you end up putting like veggies in the fucking smoothie to try to make it healthier, and I'm just mixing up bullshit. And you don't put ice in it, and it's just being a mess. It ends up being like fucking brown. Like that is what Crusade is. It's literally like the equivalent of putting fucking carrots and like berries and like a banana, and you don't put enough water in it. It ends up just fucking being an absolute. That's what my mom does because she tries to be healthy and shit. And ends up just tasting like absolute puke. That's just like just a Crusade.
Flash versus Crusade. We got trash versus garbage up in here, yo.
No, SF2 is like he's like moldy bread. Where SF2 used to be good, and then it became moldy, so it's not good anymore.
Because it wasn't given enough attention. Yeah, it's like overripe berries.
Usher Boki and you abuse Lloyd, which means you like eating mold because your brain doesn't work.
But, the subtle. That's a subtle call out to Sushi. I'm not gonna lie.
No, Sushi plays other characters, bro. Sushi is a black mage main. Sushi is a black mage main. I don't want to.
I hate whenever Sushi brings up like
thumbnail shit ain't.
What? Yeah. True. No. Lloyd is just a tournament character. Like you know, for example, I only play Fox in tournament because Fox is way better than Peach and Puff. Like if Peach was really good, like she. Because Puff shouldn't be a good character. Puff's ever a good character, the game's gonna die. If Peach can be a good character, and the game won't die. Because if Peach was a good character like she used to be in earlier patches, then I would just play Peach. Like I wouldn't even play Fox. Like I only play Fox because Fox is way better. It's like a whole tier better. Fox is. I used to for the longest time when everyone thought Fox was like top 2. I used to think Fox was like 4th in the game, and everyone called me a fucking Fox defender. Like you're downplaying Fox and shit. And now everyone thinks Fox is like worse than 4th nowadays because fucking. You know what I mean? Like everything's.
Yeah, now there's like Link and stuff.
Fucking Lloyd and shit like that. Everyone, like me putting Fox 4th is like if you think I'm being generous.
The visionary.
Like I've always put Fox like 4th, 5th. I think Crystal's over as fuck. That's the point. I'm the only one who agrees on that. That's not the point. Isaac's top 3. That character's ridiculous. He literally chooses to lose.
Hey, my bad, man.
No, it's nothing to do with you, man. I'm still haunted by playing some of those friends with Pixel where initially I tried to play like Fox Isaac. It didn't work. I won like 2 games with Puff Isaac. And then what happens? He four stocked me where all he did was like kill me off the top with hand at like 30% each stock, and I just never recovered from there. I just cannot, like I just gave up. I can't. If you choose to just 4-stock me where you get like Puff early kills at 40, I'm not even like doing easy drifts. Like he's just covering 20 options. Like fuck that character. Isaac is just as corny as Lloyd. It's that Lloyd's corniness is more obvious. It's just that like Lloyd's.
Yeah, and especially because there are more Lloyds out right now.
Yeah, because the only Isaac was racist, so now we don't get to see Isaac. So
we see Isaacs in Latin America.
I still wanna take a moment to appreciate Doc being the only one to reach out for the interview during that one interview PR release. It was really cool.
During what?
Is Doc the only person to ever ask for an interview?
No, okay,
was-
so you probably not understanding correctly. It was the 2021 PR. And Monty reached out to all of the players to do like a little written interview.
Oh.
For the medium release.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Except for Pixel.
Oh yeah, 2022. Yeah, I remember that.
This was before he was banned. This was before he was like full ban.
Mm-hmm.
This was literally just Monty did not like Pixel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, okay. This was okay. Never mind. This was after he got banned. This is like right after.
Yeah.
But
that makes
Monty
sense.
reached out to Pixel, but like, and like nobody else is gonna do it. So like, I went fuck it. I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And so, it didn't make it onto the publication officially, but if
it
you
is
go
on
to
the Wins Flash site.
rankings, if you go on the Wins Flash rankings tab and click on Pixel's name,
it's there.
it'll take you to the interview.
Yeah. The man who will do what no other community member dares to do before, during, or after.
Admittedly,
Stop.
Pixel isn't the only person who isn't allowed to say the N-word who said the N-word, but we just heard about their story, and that's not the point. We forgive people, unlike Pixel. But that's not the point.
Anywho.
Just compared.
I'm sorry.
Like Doc. Like Doc.
That's a piece, Doc.
This entire podcast is just us bullying each other, like just trying to put each other down. Like I just joke about, like admittedly, I've just been like, this is the most mean I've been since like, this might be my most mean episode. I'm gonna be honest with you.
2024 is just rudeness season, dude.
No, because even the last episode, I felt like I was being pretty respectful.
Yeah, I lost all about rudeness in 22. I won't lie. All those casting that's saying the random slander about Vale and Rian.
Why do you hate Vale so much? He's like, Vale's annoying.
I don't hate
Vale.
Vale. I hate Sandbag.
Okay.
You want me to watch and
No,
comment?
Quackus.
Sandbag.
You don't realize?
Hate the
not
character,
really.
hate the game, not the
Tekken
player, dude.
Tekken versus fucking what's it called versus what was that game? Versus Marvel versus Capcom 2. Like I don't want to watch that. I don't want to commentate that.
No, Quackus reminds me of. Quackus is like every single person that's on the Shit of Tech Twitter account. You know what I'm talking about? The way where like they'll compare like Steve to Hitler or something like that. Or they'll like talk
it's
about
the
like,
one tag. It's like should have tagged. Yeah.
You know the type of punchline where like they'll think, oh,
Yeah. Smash,
you got a car
smash
crash.
joke.
Smash joke. Like you'll somehow compare Valley being a bad person to them being Sandbag. It's like shut up. Like what do you mean? Like I make weird references, but that's on purpose.
Yeah.
My ref game is incredibly on point. Like Quackers would literally joke about like, oh, you got a slash on your car. Did Wolf just walk along and do that?
Dude,
shit? Like,
Wolf F tilt.
Like Quackers, like it's crazy how Quackers has such like an annoying humor style, but he wants to actually has. Like, come on now, just embrace being annoying. Like, embrace being corny. Like, come on.
No, he embraces being corny already. I think we need to.
I've already embraced that thing.
Yeah, he already does
Well,
it.
then why are you taking why are you taking some like super serious like fucking serious photo shoot like shots for like fucking you know what I mean? Like,
We're back at this again.
Here, you want
Welcome to Sephora.
You mentioned it so often. Here, you.
I mention it so often because it's fucking true. You like at least 5. You have a couple photos, like more than people your age normally should on the internet.
Where is
Like,
it?
Ladies
show
and gentlemen,
Doc,
the QB
the reason why-
Podcast.
The reason why
Nice
I'm
image.
bringing this point so much is because like Quackus as a person, Quackus as a person looks like a character like the generic nerd character like a sitcom. Let's say like I don't know Cookie from Nancy Classified or like fucking I know it's obscure, but let's okay I know you're not gonna get any reference Pika,
Spy
but, like,
Kids.
you know, Spy Kids, right? Something like that, right? Or some like random nerd kid who are like he's a nerd kid who will have like some like fucking like either braces or they'll have like or they sneeze a lot or they're like fucking. Or they have like fucking like tissues everywhere, or they're fucking or they always have,
bro.
or they have like tons of medic.
Oh, my
like,
glasses! I can't
like, you look
see
at-
without my
like-
glasses.
Like Quackers is literally 17, and this picture looks like he's 27. I cannot take this seriously. Like this is
Quackus
too,
is gonna
like,
be an
serious.
adult sooner than I
Okay,
am.
okay. I saw this on his TFP, and I swore it was not him.
It is Quackers. He had this come up for a while. Like
I swore it was someone he just found on the internet.
Yeah, this looks like a LinkedIn like Pinterest type beat.
Why does it look like a picture of someone who died?
Obituary. I mean, he did get roasted.
I'm an obituary, bro.
You know what I'm talking about? Like imagine like you're at a funeral, and this is the picture they would have with the life of blank Quackus blank. 'Cause I don't know his real
The life
name.
of Quackers Anonymous. First name, last name.
No, it's Quackers. Put it. No, it's Quackers.
Put it on the screen, Anonymous.
Right, and then 2006 to 2024, and then it's this picture like in like black and white.
He's literally Quackers Anonymous. First name literally, last name Anonymous.
Yeah.
Bro, what's my name, dog?
That picture reminds me of, the picture of, I gotta do it to him. Why is it like,
he stands up like that.
You're right.
He stands up
he
like
literally
that.
like, yo, I gotta do it to him. Like, he's about to hit the,
I had to do
craziest,
it to
like, he's about to hit the craziest gritty.
I have a video of him doing the gritty.
Like, absolute
no, not that
Yes.
video, bro. Come
Yes.
He's like, right foot, creep,
Yes.
Release that Pika prayer. I'm putting the photo. I'm
All right. Agree to disagree. I will call a truce. Call a truce.
All I'm gonna
Anyways.
say is that Pika looks like he's like, I know he jokes about being finished, but like he actually does look like he's finished though. Ferdinand's like an
What does that
actual
mean?
finish. No, like all finished people look like they're really drowsy, and they look like they're like half the speed. I understand sometimes you talk fast, but I feel like that's like whenever you're on an Adderall or some shit like that.
I've never
feel
had
like they're,
Adderall in my life. Don't think so.
I don't believe you.
Yikes.
The lie detector test is going crazy. The fucking ink drawing is going haywire right now. You know what I mean? Like the fucking.
No, I've just. I forgot what Adderall is even.
Adderall, it helps you stay focused.
Yeah, I've never needed that.
Cause I mean, honestly,
I
someone who
just
does
like
take
that
Adderall,
out, bro.
that shit actually does help. Cause when you
Dude,
don't
I've
have
just
it,
thugged
you
it
get
out.
distracted for half the day.
Yeah, that's why I have an assignment due at midnight that I didn't do.
What's your grade right now?
Let me check. I think it's like an 80 something. 80, 90.
Depending on what your time zone is, that's in like 2 minutes.
Yes, exactly. I am on
He's
East
East
Coast.
Coast, so yeah.
It is in 2 minutes. I'm just not gonna do it. don't
You're
care.
cooked.
He is cooked. He's literally wake and bake right now. He's out here just fucking well done right now.
1 minute, any percent speedrun right now.
He's literally gonna put. You know that SpongeBob fucking clip of like, oh, and somebody's almost there and
If
done.
you put your name and the title on it, you'll probably get like 20 points for free.
Nah, I'm fine. You have a 24-hour like grace period on all these assignments, so I'll probably be big chilling. It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. What Pika like trying to put all the last minute effort? It's like, SpongeBob at the end when he's trying his hardest to write the essay, he's like and it's just in really fancy writing.
Damn.
Like,
Nah, you're right.
Right, my grade at the moment is a 99.33.
So yeah, you can skip this one. It's all vibes.
Yeah, all vibes.
I do not. Unfortunately, in college, I've underperformed my first exam, and I want to die.
I'm still waiting on a freaking access code for one of my college classes from the high school that they have not gotten to me for a month.
I was so bad in high school. I had to go to alternative high school. But that's
when I graduated.
Thankfully. Here's the thing about alternate high school, and one of the two reasons why I eventually became pre-diabetic was because alternative high school essentially is like, get out of high school, my dog. Like, just get out, just finish. Like, please, we'll do anything, as long as you just click buttons, you'll get there, right? And the thing is, I was essentially like graduation, like college age, and I was in like the 10th grade. Like, I was multiple grades behind, like maybe end of 9th grade. I was multiple grades behind, and I think I had to do like 80 credits, right, or something like that. It was not a lot of credits, like between all the grades. I don't know if it was like 80 or like 60 credits. It was a lot of credits. And I did all 60 credits in 2 quarters. Like, essentially one semester I did 60 classes, essentially, like mini classes, right? Like all like within about 2 quarters. And what happens is, here's the thing: they did a point system in my alternate high school, right? Because usually most kids are usually down like 1 grade, right? So maybe it's like 12 credits or something like that, maybe 15 credits, more or less, something like that. Maybe I'm overplaying how many credits. It might be like 50, maybe, if I'm downplaying it. But most people, I think the most they said was at 12. Someone did like 15 credits in 1 quarter. I did 50 credits in 2 quarters. So like literally, what happened was, right? So eventually, 25 credits a quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was that far behind. I was like 3 whole grades behind, right? I had to make up the gap, right? I'm still behind now, but I'm like down like a year and change. Because admittedly, college, you can take your time with college as long as you finish it. Generally, like, you can kind of take time with that. You don't need to fucking rush as much as you need with high school. Once you're a certain age, you just never finish high school if you don't get to it eventually.
I did a 2-year degree in 3 years.
Doc is a genius. Makes sense. He's a doctor. That makes sense.
Goat.
That's not the point, right?
Goat.
And
honestly, I had an extra year to spare anyway because I didn't do 6th grade. So like,
that's crazy. My man is so smart. He literally skipped a grade. That's crazy.
I skipped a grade, and then I took that grade and I put it into my college. So like, it balances out.
True. But what I'm trying to say is like, to put into context, the way it worked is that if you because some classes even could give you like that, like, because some high schools maybe do this. I don't know if Quackus high school does it currently because he is currently in high school. But you know, like most high schools have like tickets. There's like a currency system.
No.
Did you have?
No.
My high school had like a ticket system or like a fucking point, like a, how do you call it, a ticket? Or you call it like a fucking slip system? Like every slip is worth 1, right? Obviously. It was called like fucking bucks. It was called like. No, that's like how my high school did it. It was like insert school bucks.
Yeah,
like,
what were they for?
If you get enough bucks, you can buy things.
Oh yeah, no. Like, I had those at my charter school.
Like, so Pika understands this, right?
Yeah.
Usually, the way it works is that
Gator
if you do,
bucks.
I'm not gonna name mine because it might give away where I live, so I'm not gonna name where it is.
I mean, Gator bucks is a generic enough term for a Florida school, so like I don't have to worry about it.
Mine was called Fire Bucks, and that's not the exact name, but it's somewhere related to Fire Bucks. Flame Bucks, it's called Flame Bucks, right? So
Shmoney.
So Flame Bucks, right? And what happened is because in my alternate high school, it's a slightly different name. It's less creative because it's alternate high school. Who gives a shit, right? These people are just behind. They just need to catch up. It's not with the details compared to a regular high school, but something related to flame bucks, right? And what happens is that whenever you finish a class, you get 1 flame buck. And if you do the current work in the current class, you get 1 flame buck, and like it stacks up. If you do like extra credit, you get a flame buck. If you turn all your work on time, you get a flame. If you just put your phone away, for a whole class, you get a flame buck. Like this literally will stack up, right? And what would happen is that like you get like snacks or as part of it. Obviously, you maybe get like something else outside of it, but mostly it's just food. Because you know it's easy to just throw a bunch of food in a cart and call it a day, right? Because you don't want to make anything creative. Because it's alternate high school. Who gives a fuck? These people are probably gonna just kill themselves in 10 years. Who cares? But But what I'm trying to say is that, like, back to the conversation. But what I was trying to say is that, like, this would go, so for example, right? A small piece of candy would be 2 flame bucks. Like a granola bar would be like 5 flame bucks, and then something like a honey bun would be like 10 flame bucks. Just an example, right? And so what happens, like you you ordering out, it's like 40 flame bucks or something like that, right? And so what happened is I eventually just drowned in eating like honey buns and fucking granola bars and fucking like Doritos and shit, ordering fucking Domino's. For like a good 6 months, I was literally just drowning in unhealthy food, like for 6 months, like because I would literally because especially back then, before most I'm gonna call this haiku was cheating. Call it what it is. I just copied the fucking answers because also high school they don't give a fuck if you do great, because most of the classes are online, like these online classes. They just want an answer, right? And as long as the right answer, they don't give a fuck usually. As long as you got 90% of everything, who cares, right? D's get degrees, who gives a fuck, right? And so I literally would just speed run a class every like 2 days, and I would be, by the time I'm done, I literally would eat like fucking 10 honey buns, fucking like 10 bags of Doritos, 2 Domino's boxes with like a fucking breadstick as well. Like literally, I was just eating every like unhealthy shit every 2 days, like every day. Sheesh. Like it literally was so bad. Like I literally, because here's the thing, they assume people would have me 1 grade behind, right? So you get 15. It's like you get like 1 honey bun and maybe a bag of chips, and maybe one time get like some candy. I know Chris picked it up, but do we need to sleep? Oh, let's just. I'll finish the story. Maybe we do some. Let's finish stuff in like 2 minutes. This should be done, right? TLDR, I got really fat. That also helped me being pre-diabetic. And that's it, right? So don't that story. Anything else you want to talk about for this podcast?
I mean, I had stuff, but like whatever.
Say what you want to say. No,
why do you look so damn fly in the bowling podcast? Why do you look so amazing?
First of all, you're lying.
it's
Number two,
say how it is.
Number two, I actually got dressed up for that.
So that's the doc of a tuxedo.
What makes you think I'm lying, Doc? Why would I lie to you?
Yeah.
So Pika, explain what you want
to say. To be fair, he is Quackers Anonymous. But yeah, the only thing I really wanted to mention is because everyone else is talking about how they had beef and stuff. I don't really feel like
I did not say shit.
Whatever. The two important people here talked about how they had beef and
Quackus,
stuff.
who do you have beef with? Just say a few people.
I don't have beef with anyone except for that one guy.
Who?
Did you have beef with Noif, or is it just a one-way beef?
No, I don't have Noif. I don't beef with Noif.
But Noif beefs with him.
Okay, fair play.
Not beef with
Understandable.
me. No.
Okay. So,
Whatever.
wait, no, Pika, don't you bully Aura all the time, Pika? No, Pika,
But it's not
Pika,
beef.
fucking
We're like
Quackus.
friends, dude. No, like Aura and I are like genuinely friends. Like it's the
Fair
same sort
play.
of deal with me and Sushi, where like I'll be like
Okay.
jokingly hating. I've kind of tried to dial back on it because
Yeah.
I've
So, Pika,
realized
is
it's
this
not
jokingly
actually
hating?
it's not actually that funny when I like hate on people as like a
Yeah,
joke.
it's not Pika. Yeah,
my
what would
bad,
you
Pika,
do?
literally.
have you ever had actual beef with someone? Just like
Maybe Godly. If we want to like.
Ren?
It just like in general, he's just been kind of annoying, you know. It's the general sort of Godly thing where he gets on people's nerves, you know. And also the fact that like I was gonna make a documentary for him, and then I was like, you know what, I don't wanna, and I think he might have taken that a little personally. And then
You're making a
also
documentary on
the
him?
whole thing with the invitational, where you know he contacts me last second, and he's like, "Yo, can you make this really sick trailer for me? I need it done in like less than a week or whatever." And I'm like, you know what? Sure, I can crank this out. So I crank it out. I'm up till like 1 a.m. making this, and it comes out really sick. It's on FFC. In my opinion, it's like really. Well, not like sick, but like it's a fine intro or like trailer or whatever. It does its job. And then the day of the invitational comes, and then he's like, "Yo, can you play in my tournament because all my players dropped out?" And it's like, "Oh wow, who could have seen this coming? People don't want to be in Godly's tournament." But like, anyways, basically he needed me in the tournament as well as streaming pools because Doc was supposed to stream like top 8 or top 16 or whatever. I don't exactly remember all of it, but he, Godly, had me on as like streamer or like backup streamer basically. So I handled all the pools, and then Doc had top 8. But also whenever Godly lost to Volley in top 8 qualifiers, he got really mad for some reason, and then he muted and deafened me in the server over it. I don't even remember what I said to make him mute and deafen me, but like permanently mute and deafen me, so I had to log in on my alt and go into the server to have couch comms, and I don't know, we just have not vibed since at all.
Okay, understandable.
And
So
then I also have like light beef with JMI, I guess, just over like FFC admin stuff, and
so you have beef with JMI but not Ender.
kind of with Ender, but like it's died down. Sort of similar with JMI. Godly, I think he still hates my guts. I haven't blocked, so I don't know, and I don't care.
Understandable. Have a great.
I have like I also have like most of the general like SSF2 old guard, like from like the fellas on Twitter and stuff like that. Like
the thing is, I actually, besides M7, I actually am cool with most of the old school people. Like I'm not saying I'm friends with most of them. I'm not friends with him, but like I've played Kiaz when he briefly came back. He seems like a cool person. Like, I didn't seem
not
like you know what I
not
mean?
like Kiaz and stuff, but like the people that are super active on Twitter, you know,
Like
I've those.
I'm legit.
Which is like
I'm actually I think Zare actually doesn't hate me, which is crazy. I expected Zare to hate me, but he doesn't, which is crazy. Because I expected like, oh, he's friends with a lot of people who hate me. I expected him to hate me as well, but he doesn't. So that's interesting, at least. So that's just something I like just mention briefly about that.
Mhm.
Anything else related to beefs? We can kind of wrap this episode up.
maybe just like a little bit was there, but it was just like that general like you remember when I kind of like I don't know
remember
if
the
you
fucking
really
I remember the fucking
the Summit 6 voting drama thing.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
And like all the people
yeah,
that
you
were
got
clowning
this.
on me in the generals for Flash Forward and FFC, I just kind of like blocked them and moved on because I
I
was too
forgot
tired for
why
that.
everybody was so angry.
If you count that as
fucking
beef,
Gotham.
then like I guess that fits there. I'm not like proud of it or anything, but like I'm not going to go out of my way to deal with people who aren't gonna deal with me seriously, you know? That's just how that situation went down.
business.
I guess in regards to that situation, I did feel bad about it for Astral because I didn't mean to make it like seem as like a negative thing to her, because I do actually like respect Astral as like a competitor and a person. So like as opposed to like everybody else who didn't really give me much reason to like respect them, but like Astral always seemed like cool and stuff. So I was like, you know what, my bad. So like I reached out and I apologized to her like a week ago, and then she was chill with it. So there, I think I mentioned that on like the previous podcast too, like the whole voting shenanigans and how I was like,
what was so wrong about it to you guys though? I don't really understand.
it was just that like I disagree
like...
with the system, but it was mostly off the back of like I was just a bit upset for Aura getting in, because I felt that he'd been cheated out of a spot, because just about everybody in the community was gonna vote for Astral anyways, so I felt like she should have just been invited if people wanted her in that badly. It's kind of a stupid point in retrospect, and like it's kind of embarrassing, because like that's what people are gonna remember me on my way out of the community for, basically.
If you
Even
want to
though
know
I'm
the
not out of
truth,
the community, but
the
like
real
it's
truth is we actually all had to work. It wasn't just a whole basement conglomeration. Like she had to get all her coworkers to vote. I had to.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
vote
probably the
against
case. I'm just
everyone.
like, at the time,
Hyper,
I did.
got people to vote. I got people to vote for Hyper. I'll say it. Like I
Yeah.
got people to say vote for me and Hyper, bro.
Yeah, it's just like at the time I wasn't really like. I don't know. I
And
was
then
kind
Aura
of
had
I was
always
kind of hyped up on like, oh, we're gonna get Aura to Summit. This is gonna be fire. Let's go. Because I
And
was
then
like,
you got to see that
I'm more
first.
friends with Aura than Astral, to be fair. And also I knew like everybody in the community was gonna be voting for Astral. And like it just seemed like a lot of little things were off about like how the votes were being tallied, especially like the fact that the person counting the votes was explicitly biased towards Astral in FFC and telling people to go vote for Astral. Like, I don't know, that just kind of seemed off to me, but it is what it is. We let bygones be bygones. I don't have any beef with Astral. I'm willing to get over any beef with anybody who wanted or who like dogpiled on me earlier if they like don't have anything against me. I'm sure like most of the community doesn't care for or about me, so I don't care in that way either. I don't care back, you know. If you don't vibe with me and I don't vibe with you, then we don't have to try and make it something that it isn't, which is kind of what it was for like some other people, like with Godly. And
Yeah. At least it's not the worst thing related to basement. And that's beside the point. Jokes aside, let's the end of the podcast. My name is Baller with a B.
my name has been Pika with a P. It's only has been.
Well,
I
that's
don't
been
know what I said.
Quackus with the Q.
Obviously with Doc, shouts to him. Obviously, link his socials, his GoFundMe.
They'll be in
his
the
fucking,
description. Thank
his
you all.
fucking Mastodon, I don't know.
Mabostiff, the Gen 9 Pokemon.
What is this
Like
fucking
that,
Toxodon?
What about the
Toxtricity, bro.
Mass.to/@doc. You can go find the GoFundMe. I believe it is lz77.zip/Taz TAZZ. Of course, you can follow and subscribe to the Aftermath twitch.tv/AFMCX. The season isn't going to start until March though, so like stay tuned.
And
Obviously, wait for that in the future. Obviously, the greatest streamer of all fucking time. We're gonna give him
literally,
respect like that.
no
So-
one else comes close. I'll say that right now.
Absolutely. So make sure the future Katsobi's not coming back. So
Yeah.
You know
Also,
what I'm saying?
also, last little thing to shout out is amyalley.dev if you want to see like Doc's pages and stuff like that. He does do pretty good graphic design and stuff.
now
He's
that
made
rip-
One's Flash. He's made a bunch of stuff. So go check out that website and see all the other things that Doc has been around for. And so.
I figured we get a lightning round, but I don't think we have time to do that. So
what did you gonna say?
What do you need?
I said I figured we get a lightning round, but I guess we don't have time for that. So
We're literally running on 2 hours. Last episode was about 2 hours. I think it's fair. to
This
just
is
cut
about
it
2.5 hours.
Yeah, we're running a little long because we don't want to have 3.5 hour fucking. Because back in the day we kind of were allowed to have 3 hour episodes because you had 2 guests back then. We're having 2 hours with 1 guest. I think it's fair. So now all that being said, hope you guys enjoy yourself and see you guys next time.
Have a great night.